Hey everyone. Okay. Hold up. Hold up. Okay, never mind. So, back to more Arknights. I was looking on the internet and it looks like I'm supposed to do another side story after this episode that I just did of the story. But before doing that side story, there were a couple of cutscenes from the last side story that I did that I didn't watch before. That I did those missions off stream, and I just skipped the cutscenes so that I could look at them on stream. I'm pretty sure I got all of them, so I'm just gonna do that right now. So let's get started with that. All right, on the right screen, desktop audio is on, mic is on. Let's get going. Okay. Let's see. It sees that serendipity, operator thorns accompanies road silent to siesta for their relaxation. Sun starts to set. Igerians far from home encountered a mysterious enemy. Right, that's the last one we did. Then EX1. Well-known DJ DDD is chatting with TA's agent back at the hotel. Okay, this is probably just... I should probably not read this because it's probably spoilers of what's happening. So... Ring, ring, hello. Ring, ring, hello. The alarm was followed by a cacophonous banging of the drum kit. Ah! Get up already. Gah. Man, things got gnarly last night. Give me a few more minutes. Whew, nothing like a cold shower to start the day. I have a feeling that it's gonna be a great day. Drink the vegetable juice. I told room service to put it in the fridge. Those aren't even fit for consumption. Oh, those aren't even fit for consumption. Don't like I don't know. You screamed for like 2 whole minutes during last night's show, right? Yeah? Even though you're not a singer, you need to take better care of your throat. But last night's performance was a huge success, so congratulations. I don't know about that. I've tried, but no matter how much effort I put into it, I feel like I won't ever be able to do better than Dilit Hun. But you've already done very well. Is that so? Well, this is not a big deal. I've made up my mind. For the next collab album, I want to make 4 more remixes for our demos so our partners can have more tracks to choose from. 4 more demos? You've already made 26 mixes in the last few days. I know you say it as practice, but you can't push yourself like that. It's fine. I had some new ideas during the show last night. I want to try taking them in some new directions. I've just about figured out my limits. Now that I have better understanding, I'll just have to keep pushing my limits further. That's what improvement is. And what about the concerts? Your schedule is full until next year. Not a problem. I have a whole nother stamina bar for that. I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. This game doesn't have stamina mechanics. Ah, come on. We worked with each other for so long. Do I ever make mistakes? You blew out all of the lights in the studio last time. Well, that was the problem with the art, not with the music. But you did just remind me of something. And that theory is correct. My ideas and my musicality can definitely be taken to another level. The relationship between original arts and music it's still just a hypothesis. Don't let that lead you around by the nose. Huh? Do I even have a nose? You mean to tell me that's not a mask? You should have figured that out long ago without needing to ask me. But the Lathenians did it. Notes, melodies, form, structure. Everything is composed the same way one would write original arts. Gah! Just too profound. It doesn't feel like the way I do things. If you have already realized that, then I can rest easy. Perhaps I do need to kick back and relax a bit. Good. Don't push yourself too hard. But wait, don't cause another blackout in the district again. Geez, I won't. I'll keep things under control this time. Oh, that reminds me. I met that crony person that you were talking about. What'd you think about him? To be honest, I don't think he'd be a very good sponsor. He seemed like the kind of person who cares too much about money. I had the same feeling last time I saw the contract, but it's fine. Siren gets to decide our sponsors anyway. I know you're a good judge of character. Be careful out there. Some say that Siesta is a lot more complicated than it looks. Also, don't use that Grace account for now. The what? Nah, don't worry. I said I'd keep things under control. This is my greatest secret after all. Your little underground organization, huh? Musicians always need their own space. What? He's a criminal? A message. Good thing Siesta really is a city built for tourists. The network sure is fast here. Who's on this channel? From Ada Closure Church? Wait, it's Closure? I heard the festival was a great success. Congrats. P. Long time no see, Grace. Are you still in touch with Dijkstra? Wait, which are flashbacks? Let's find a chance to get him and do something great together next time. Oh, right. Make sure to take care of yourself. 3. God. I knew today was gonna be awesome. Okay, so Closure knows the DJ guy. And someone in a Dijkstra, which doesn't sound good from past experiences with that name. OFEX3. Interview time. Emperor himself. I need to not read this, because this is gonna spoil me. Was that an earthquake just now? Yeah! We're so close to the stage after all. Did you see that? Did you see DDD's expression? How'd she do that? That's a she. She already left the stage. Don't always be such a fanboy. Wait, isn't it shaking again? Ah, come on. It's probably just the subwoofer. Wait. Huh? You felt that too? Let's go. What? Don't ask questions. Just come with me. That's how you get kidnapped. Stop pushing. Some personal space here. You're stepping on my foot. Get out of my face. Someone fainted. Watch out. Why is everyone panicking? Don't tell me. Oh my god. It's a penguin. The fuck's a penguin? Nice weather we're having. Emperor! It's really him! Whoa! What the fuck is that? Don't be stupid, that's the Emperor! You still think it's some earthquake? Did you just call me stupid? I'm just too excited from seeing. What? Wait, I can't breathe. Oh, so it was the opposite reaction that I was thinking about. Mr. Emperor, this way please. Ladies and gentlemen, please move back. Stand behind the line. I don't know why I said that with the showmanship at first. Hey, young man. That's Savran over there. It's okay. Let him come closer. Well, Mr. Emperor, you still have a performance later. If some kind of accident were to happen. Accident? You mean an attempted shooting, assassination, kidnapping, suicide threat, or something along those lines? How the fuck do people threaten you with suicide? You think those things can stop me? Me? No. Those things shall only become a part of my show. Just like how rhythm breaks apart at the meaning of words. You understand? No. To put it simply, it's all theatrics. Just relax. I promise. Siren won't blame me for it. Emperor! 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 Uh-oh. Ah, you're here. Calm, don't be nervous. Just relax. Master up some bravery. Believe in yourself. Columbia's rap god? You're nothing but a thug. A mongrel that got a little lucky. Louder, pal. Let me hear ya. Hey, Severin, don't drive him away. Give me the mic. Don't worry, just do as I say. You ruined our lives, but you still sit atop so much wealth. You deserve only death. No, he has a crossbow. Take cover. Don't blame me. That's right, this is all your fault. Guess how many singers were sacrificed for your so-called rap empire. Emperor? Eat dirt, you bottom-feeding penguin. Let me think about that one. Who's the one playing dirty? Riling up the media, manipulating public opinion, personal attacks, now even a shooting attempt. You think I'd forget who you are just because you decided to roll around in the sewers? Will pointing your weapon at these youngsters satisfy you, songster? You? If I wasn't such a juicy target for you, how many rising stars would have continued to eliminate just for not suiting your tastes? How long did you think you'd get away with spitting on the entirety of Columbia while stuffing your bathtub full of money? Shut up! Just die! Protect Mr. Emperor! No need, he's immortal, for some reason. Mr. Emperor has been shot! Wait, what? Mr. Emperor was the one who shot first? That bastard's crossbow went flying. Rat-a-tat, bang! How strange. You were the one running your muzzle, but how come my muzzle's smoking first? Why don't you take a guess? Is it because you got no game? Or is it my brilliance that's to blame? God dang it, Emperor. Yeah, even brought guns with you. Well, if you die several times every day, there are games that you just won't play. Do you really think I'm alone? Think about all the enemies you've made. You won't leave Siesta alive. My past is more expensive than this city of falsity. So where are these enemies that await my majesty? Mr. Emperor, many of his rabble are hidden among the audience. We can't deal with all of them. That's alright, don't panic. Just maintain order here. Leave the rest to the professionals. Professionals! Like Penguin Logistics. Hey, the girls are here. All of the girls are here. If I remember properly, weren't we supposed to be on vacation? Just out of curiosity, are we getting paid overtime for this? I could use some exercise after being cooped up in that hotel room. Tex, Sora, that's because you stayed in the hotel reading books the whole time. Right, that was part of the agreement. Are you able to adapt to the battlefield? No problem. Boss, we're done here. Remember to snag me the front row seats for tomorrow's show. Mr. Emperor, who the fuck are these people? We're the bosses. Well, Mr. Emperor's private bodyguards. We are the logistics company, though. Well, since the beginning, our business covers quite a wide range of things. We even brought a jazz bar at some point, right? You like jazz? There were also those Syracusan gangs that really liked being our punching bags. They've been behaving better recently, though. Hey, Riddle. How's it going? Hope you're having a good night. How many fights do you think we have in Lungmen every month? When it comes to brawls and firefights, we're the best you're going to find. I've been waiting for this moment. Penguin from the West, since you finally dared to expose yourself. Die! I'm just doing the rest of the cutscenes from the Heart of Searching frame before doing the next side story. Which I think I am supposed to do the next side story before the next main story chapter. If I didn't misread that. Did you guys establish the Guild of Hypocrites or something? Very well. I was about to say the same thing about you, Bunch. Texas, do it. Whoops. Got it. It's showtime. Except it isn't. So basically I did the missions off stream. And then I skipped the cutscenes and now I'm actually looking at the cutscenes. Emperor himself, perfect ending. After operation. Okay. So this is the legendary Rhodes Island. It certainly has an almost mystical air to it. Should be good to do almost any side story now. Oh. But if I want to focus in the main story, like, could I do that, or are there some side stories that are like require reading or some shit? Most of them take place between chapter 8 and 9. Ah. Okay. There's something familiar about this atmosphere. If I hadn't boarded this ark, I would have thought I was still at the beach. We've had a few Agarians here lately. I suppose you're also from Air, but I don't see your name on the guest list. Perhaps that means I can't treat you as a guest. Walking the Dust is meant to be done before chapter 9. Ah, I see. Alright. Sorry about that. I'm not here to bother you. Just have a few words for you before I leave. Other than that, side stories are optional in terms of story. Ah, okay. I'll probably do that one today then. Just in case. Wait, you even know my name? Anyone at Siesta these days won't know who you are. Even though I didn't go myself, I did hear about you before, Miss Alti. Bassist of Alive Until Sunset. Rhodes Island is not an amusement park. Ah, come on, don't be so unfriendly. After all, there are so many things we have in common. That's right. Why don't we talk about when we could still see the stars? Have a seat. Thank you. You must be curious how I got in here, right? That's not important, but don't worry. There's nothing wrong with the security system. Just consider me lucky. Your words can't hide your abilities. As you said, I'm not particularly worried. I suppose the system only makes an exception for when the guest is important enough. But I wonder, what would make a superstar take interest in our small little ward here? If you're looking for Aegirian fans, I'm afraid you've got the wrong address. Friends? Well, we don't really get along. If anything, I'd say we're far from friends. Actually, I'm here for you. Or rather, I'm here to take a look at you. I'm sorry, but I don't know who you are. Nor am I some display at the zoo. Heard a lot about the Aegirians from Frost. She's not normally one to tell stories, but she did make an exception that time. I'm not interested in your friend's bizarre adventures either, even if their name is Jojo. How about I sing it out then, even less? Nor am I interested in any random anecdotes about me. Just get to the point. Someone once told me that the bit of a chit-chat is good for breaking the ice, but I suppose I'm not good at that. Well, let's begin then. Actually, I kind of hate Aegirians. Of course, I know about how pitiful their past is. But if you didn't show up, these Aegirians would already have been devoured by the abyssal depths by now. I didn't do anything in particular. You saved their lives, and several of them are here. These special Aegirians don't show any respect to you, despite all that you did for them. I suppose you were too grumpy around them. I'm just preventing them from destroying themselves. That is also a form of mercy, Doctor. But I do have a question for you. Ask away. Do you know who the enemy of the air is? Or perhaps, do you know who I really am? What the fuck is that? Oh, that's Monster! I don't think I've ever seen a Monster before. Jesus Christ. Monster, stop. You're still young. That's right. We are very young. We haven't been through any of those tragedies. That's why we're still here, just talking and singing.
The Abyssal Hunters are doing what they should be doing.
This I know all too well. However, we'd also like to know the answer. We have no desire to become the enemies of those little guys at all. You see, ever since she was little, Franz was only interested in music and food. Even resting was a waste of time to her.
You can save your friend's introduction for when we actually meet.
Sorry, bad habit of mine. I trust you, Doctor, and the truth you have.
I don't think you know any less about the truth than I do.
Nah, we just each have our own strengths. For example, I don't think you can sing as well as I do. That's just an example. No offense intended. But the peace in air, as you know, is only superficial.
Most people know nothing about the sea.
How are the children of Terra supposed to know that? It's not good to expect too much out of them. However, even that superficial peace is about to be broken. Desire really is a terrifying thing. So, what I need is, well, information.
Information again?
That's right. So in other words, I'm not the only one who's interested in this. Just a bit curious. Who might that last person be?
A Nigerian and an Abyssal Hunter.
Then maybe we could be friends. Like for real.
Of course, I can understand why you've come to see me. The longer you live, the more stories you have. The worse your scars hurt, the worse your temperament becomes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to remind you of the past. But you really are different from the others.
They are bound by too many emotions, easily manipulated by words,
sometimes turn into disasters in their own right.
No wonder that person assigned you as a trump card to helm that little bunny and shapeless.
You really are an X-ray machine, aren't you?
I also wish I was a simple machine.
Sorry about that. What I meant to say was, even though you won't tell anyone, you've already seen what lies underneath, right?
I can't answer that.
Alright, I'll skip to the main question then. Surely you'll be able to answer this one.
Go ahead, young superstar.
Oh, thanks. Please tell me everything you know
about what happened underneath that part of the ocean. That is not a form of information.
No, I'm talking about that part of the ocean.
Frost is the youngest one among us. Only the four of us can be considered young. She smelled something from those Aegirians, a scent that didn't belong to them. They can't sing anymore. They can't talk anymore. They're drifting farther and further away from us. They're becoming hungry.
AMA 10, Dr. Kal'tsit, please tell me. Wait, what the fuck? AMA 10? Is that a weird, like, mistranslation? Maybe there was supposed to be a comma then or something. How were those special Aegirians born? And that was it. That was all of the scenes from Heart of Surging Flame. Nope, that's oh. Well, I guess that's a surprise tool that will be revealed
Doctor,
later.
how's about we go farming?
Alright, so for the meantime, apparently I can basically do all of the rest. Wait. Walk in the dust. None of this is called walk in the dust. Unless it's an intermezzo? Oh yeah, it was an intermezzo, okay. So I should do this one before chapter 9, right? Okay, yeah, it's an intermezzo, okay. Just to be safe. Okay, this is chapter 8. And I just finished that. And then this is 9, okay. Alright then. A walk in the dust. The extent of Kal'tsit's influence is immeasurable. Ursus, Victoria, and Sargon all bear marks of her presence. Whatever her role may be, she firmly and persistently pursues her own vision. Those who journey alongside her, too, are busily authoring these stories of their own lives. Time stops for no one, and Kal'tsit continues marching onward. Alright. WD-1. The Siege of Red Horde. The arrival of a squad from Columbia throws an unremarkable Sargon village into turmoil. Alright. Oh yeah, I was trying Angelina out. She seems cool, but I'm not 100% sure that I like her. My main issue is that she doesn't attack unless she's using her skill. But other than that, she is really cool. Modern day. 2:48 p.m. Clear. Central Sargon. Ibut region. Nameless town. Children screaming outside.
No one here. We still haven't seen a trace of them. Did they get caught up in something?
Strange. This is exactly where we agreed to meet up, right?
Our coordinates check out.
We can't rule out a sandstorm. Do. Let's stay calm.
Sessa, this isn't good.
Hey, now, they're not here yet, but what good is it being so grim? We're just gonna have a staring contest?
Now's not the time for video games, though. Why did you bring that along?
It's always time for video games. Also, that's not important.
Something must be wrong. We should have at least got in contact at a set time. Shouldn't we do something or other?
Don't worry so much. What can we even do? The best plan is to just sit right here and wait for an answer. Sit tight here.
But it's been too long. Hold on, there's...
In Sargonian. Good morning. Oh. Heaverain, cool it!
Sorry, I struck on reflex.
Oh, you look deceived. You're quite the quick-tempered girl. This will only damage your first impressions, though. This is the Reef Step Black Market. We're all in business here. I trust we have words for each other. No need for an armed conversation, yes? What day is it today? Why would the Sand Soldier be here? Oh, you recognize me? Well, that intel peddler of the Reef Step Market, the puppeteer of the vast majority of all armed conflicts in Ibut, styled by the locals as Zuzu. In ancient tongue, it entailed a charm, or perhaps a talisman. But I know what lies behind your new name, Sand Soldier. What's a major player like you up to here? Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Just wanted to have a chat with you two. With, Rhodes Island. Or perhaps I've disrupted your original itinerary.
Exclamation point. Where are our operators?
Oh, so you're from Sargon too then? Good. Let's get right to the point. Your operators are safe and sound. Your batch of experimental medical material is also untouched.
Where are they?
Who knows?
You?
Heaverain, rein it in.
Quite right. Rein it in. You haven't even the capital to start a conflict with me here.
Which is that you don't have the money to beef.
Compared to how valuable your pharmaceutical materials are, a few porters can't be much worth in my concern.
You have your eyes on those materials.
And if I nodded yes? Let our operators go. We'll hand over the goods. How about that? Oh, simple as that. But all I took was a few employees. I'm a little skeptical. Your goods might have had a small footprint, but they're not cheap. Doesn't seem Rhodes Island Pharmaceuticals is so profligate a company. Would you really be so willing to give them up? I'll stop you right there. Forget market value. Human life is the most precious thing to us. Perspective bursting with humanity. But who will step up to weigh them and then decide their worth? Will a certain Kal'tsit?
You have our contract. You know Dr. Kal'tsit?
No, it's a very common name. Over these years, I've sought so many people in there. So many. You know, I would not think that would be a common name, even in this world. Back to our original topic. Oh, my apologies. Your people are actually waiting right outside, and I have no interest in your goods. Heavy rain?
I'll go check now. You stay alert.
As you wish. Huh. The fixer from the black market. Wouldn't come here to just scare our new recruits, would he? Rhodes Island and the Sargon black market are far from bosom friends. We only had to take this plunge after some of our drugs got jammed up in Colombia. Our empathy waits for no one, right? That's all this is. Should be no conflict between us. I've heard of you before. The armaments tuner Bridge, having worked for 3 different arms dealers in the past. Fine reputation. Oh, I believe you're called Cessa now. Really? You make too much of me. Well then, what gives you an interest in Rhodes Island? During a routine probing of accounts, a completely watertight transaction came to light. You must know, not one sheaf of gold in the reef step passes out of my notice. And? No cause for worry. You haven't exposed any leverage, and as I've already said, your transaction doesn't interest me. It's just the signature on this contract that I mind. Come, I have time to spare today. Tell me, what kind of place is Rhodes Island Pharmaceuticals? It's a land ship. I'm still not 100% sure what that is. It's a ship that's on land. Trek upon Terra, as millions of lives. "22 years ago. 1:09 p.m. Clear. Central Sargon, Ibud region, the town of Redhorn. They're firing! Ambush! Ambush! Withdraw or cuff! Ah! Are they mad? With this many civilians around? Quick, hide here! Shit! Klaus, thanks. Fire! My house! Hurry! Hurry! Ah! Too many civilians getting caught up? Are they trying to pull the Lord of Amir of Ibot's whole army in? The Lord Amir's army? How do you know they weren't in the army? They weren't the army in disguise. You mean? Look at this. The red mark. You picked this off one of their corpses? I did. We have been fooled by our own. The situation here is a complete mess now. You might not even get it if I give you the whole lecture. It's way more than just us who wanted to ransack that squad. Damn it. Grab it and turn it into cash, my ass. This is a full-blown war now. The sentry sent me all the coordinates before going back.
There's 4 different identifiers all crawling in this one area. Do you understand what this means? Either we break through the line and earn big, or we still have the chance to surrender right now. God damn it, this is insane!
Should be alone here. Who?
A child? Why are you carrying a body? Ah! Get out of here already! Wait, hold on. Your clothes. You're a Colombian. You're from the Sand Soldiers. B8 here. We have a survivor. A Liberi child. Carrying a grown man's body.
Exclamation point.
Hey! Hold it right there! Alright, kids. You all heard that? Sand Soldiers still have one left alive. We need to bring him over. There's still a chance our target fell into someone else's hands. Just in case, kill every last one you come across. Doesn't matter if they're not the Lord Amirs. Even if... Fuck. Padisha Murat himself is here. He has to die too. Remember, a silver box. I want to be sitting on that singing before the sun goes down.
What?
We intercepted their comms band. Seems the Sand Soldiers still have a survivor. A child, carrying a body. Probably a comrade. Think he's got what Padisha's after? Not one team's retreated from that town yet. Chances are they're still looking for the target. Of course, everyone swarming that tiny town at once is just going to add to the chaos. Waste of time and nothing else. Hold on. Orchestra's getting news. Something's up. What?
I said that something's up. There's a freight truck registration. Toronto, Colombia. Parked near the Central Smoke Bazaar.
A woman and a monster.
A monster? What monster?
Oh, that monster. The line cut off. He got careless too? No, his ambush point is at least a kilometer out from the bazaar. It shouldn't have been that fast. Not unless whatever team this is knew the topography like the back of their hands. Or maybe they're just experienced enough to blow anyone off the sand. Could it be someone from Bover? Bover woman. Or some other cutthroat here in Colombia's dime? Let's watch this unfold first.
I've heard that line so many times from Bagpipe and I still don't know how to pronounce it. Why did... Teacher...
Our target's around here. He can't get that far carrying a body. Duh, we got trouble. No hesitating. Kill!
Am I safe?
I doubt it.
Teacher, come on, wake up. I can't stop the blood. You still haven't taught me so much. What do you want me to do?
Target found. Don't move. One more inch and I'll cut your fucking head off. Scared stupid, ain't ya? Talking to a dead guy. Uh-huh. Put that idiot on your back down and tell me. Where is it?
I don't know.
Don't try and fool me, you worthless... Huh? Is this the Sand Soldiers leader's body? What are you... Wait. Do you have it on you?
Don't touch him!
Yeah! Who do you think you are? Piss off! The silver combination box. So here it is.
Let go of it. Get out of my way.
Now we've got a target. We don't need to leave any survivors. Don't blame me, kid. This is just my job.
Oh, hey.
What the fuck? What is that? Hey, is anyone there? I run into an unidentified. Ah! Machine, creature, what the hell kind of thing are you? Don't get any. Why aren't my boats doing anything? Don't get any closer. Any closer and I'll kill you.
Before his eyes, the monster skewers the ruffian. It lightly unfolds its body, like a stretch in the early morning.
Oh dang! Kal'tsit was rocking it.
Monster, the boy is frozen in place, having long lost the voice to cry out. He holds only an ice-cold carcass, the blood of the dead clotting on his chest, reminiscent of a flower. Elliot, you're safe. Huh? Who are you? How do you know me? I know every last esteemed scientist of the Blaine Formative Technologies Research Institute. But none of you know what kind of plot this whole affair has been drawn into. I'm here to stop you, and here to protect you. Protect? You're already late. Too late. You didn't let your fine teacher's legacy fall into the conspirators' hands. You've done well enough. What do you mean, protect? You want to protect these? The blueprint? The sample? Not me? Not teacher? You're just like them. Teacher's dead. All the people who were helping us are dead, too. You're all just fighting over the case. You...
Advisor, we've confirmed 3 mercenary teams hired by Lord Samir across the map, as well as 1 Sarkis unit on a cliff outside of time. Affiliation unknown for now. According to our plans, we still have 7 minutes.
I found 1 survival. Sample in hand.
The evac route is secure.
Converge in 3 minutes. Tell me, Elliot. The Boover soldier you're carrying on your back. What did he die for? Shut up! Right now, you stand here. You live, and you carry what every mercenary here wants. The squad operated under the name Sand Soldiers, but in actuality, all that came to Sargon was a research team, and a typical security force from Taranto. Caranto. Whether or not he persisted in his duty until the end, whether or not he paid mind to your safety until the end, didn't he entrust a deep responsibility to you? Whether or not because of your own immature temperament, are you going to make a total waste of all your soldiers' full efforts? I only need an answer. As long as I can ensure that this prototype blueprint doesn't fall into any Lord Amir's hands, I will not go out of my way to mind anything else. I hope for you to understand this. High alert. You still aren't willing to speak much. But I remember, the man on your back is Professor Thorne, Blaine Formative Technologies Research Institute, head researcher. He was not a true soldier, yet a true soldier is what he is. You. Just put him down, or you could be buried together with him in the yellow dust. I trust he believed his death had a purpose, and you should not squander this sacrifice. No. He is already dead. No! This isn't your business. At least give him a decent burial. Monster. Shh! What's that ball of light? Lower your head. You want me to bury teacher in here? Professor Thorne is an old friend of mine. The situation is abnormal. We have no chance to more solemnly address his sacrifice. Every person's life is an endless war. Uncertain motives, his ancestors left Sargon, wandering again and again. He found a life he could call his own. Yet in the end, he returned to Sargon's parents. His cause, his heart, his just heart, his thirst for knowledge, all arrived at their terminus. The Professor Thorne I knew was in no way unversed in life's affairs. Candidly, he confronted his own death, and until the very end resisted. Elliot, just put him down. This is respect for the deceased. Surely you understand. He wouldn't have wished to become a burden on your path. Okay. Ancient Bavarian language. May his soul, with the long river, return. Voivern? Are you from Voivern? Voivern? May he, as a gravel, pass into eternal tranquility. May he ever hear his homeland's whispers. May he, at the other shore, meet the great waves. Wait, did I? Oh, I think I accidentally hit the button. Our friend rests eternal here. He shall return to the boundless cycle of rebirth. As the woman bowed her head and prayed, it was as if the fire of war, too, paused for this moment. Time is running short. We've paid what respect we can. Now, you must make a choice.
Low alert sounding. What the fuck?
Correct. They are many, but their formation is in loose disarray. As an armed force, they are not in one heart and mind. Before they find us, they'll make their own grave. I remember now. I remember I saw your face before, somewhere. Long ago. Teacher introduced you to me. I thought you were only a theoretical researcher. I remember. Your name is... Kal'tsit? You have quite a good memory, Elliot.
Ah, come on, like nobody could have figured out that was her.
The young researcher, Elliot Glover, pays no attention to the mysterious woman as she leaves through the door. In a daze, he gazes at the soil that hath buried his beloved teacher, the air scattered with dust. He thinks to himself, I haven't even the strength to cremate my teacher's remains. It leads him, for an instant, to mourn, until the sound of warfare resumes once more. WD-1, The Siege of Red Horde.
全員無事で戻るぞ。各自配置につけ。
Infantry, basic melee soldier. They are equipped with armor that can withstand some arts damage. Oh. Alright then.
My speed and I hail.
貫く。
Tactical Hound. Oh, they count as infected creatures.
Arts unit. Charge 中。
貫く。
ポートキャリブレーション中よ。
悪くない位置取り。みんな私に続け。
この一本が最後だからちょい待ち。
It's literally just one dog. Okay, there's two dogs.
みんな
Ah,
私
there
に
you go.
続け。
この辺温度が低すぎるかな。
貫く。
この一本が家まで送ろうか。
みんな私に続け。
Standing by. Benevolence shall save lives.
みんな私に続け
That was probably overkill, but
これが戦場というものね。I'll need to see proof of identity.
貫く
はあんたそれ隠れられてないよ。
みんな私に続け
alright. Now hold up. Let me drink some water before we get back into this. Okay. 22 years ago. 3:09 p.m. Clear. Central Sargon, Ibid region.
Advisor.
Confirm retrieval of target, and before any other teams swarm up and cut us off, pull out of here.
Understood. This is the op team. Advanced Ops Advisor has retrieved the Sand Soldier survivor along with the target material. Acknowledged. Advisor, recon team has ensured the safety of our route.
Alright then, let's go.
Mr. Elliot, please kindly give that case to us.
The boy tightly clutches the case in his hands.
Advisor?
Leave him be.
Pardon me, but we should confirm whether our objective materials are intact, and ensure no matter the circumstances they are safe under our grasp.
You think he'll run?
Now, of course. Alright, understood.
Yes.
Why do we stop? Things we broke down. What's wrong? Caster, come take a look. Couldn't be out of fuel, right? Did nobody inspect before we left base? Who was in charge? Jay Fry from this Stouthammer squad was on vehicle inspection, but they're all on the recon team. What should we do? Get in touch with them?
Elliot. Huh? Keep that case safe and lower your head. What? Kaboom.
What just exploded? Whoa! Recon team! Hey, can you hear us? Tell your casters to stop. It's us! Wait, it's us!
Monster. That thing in your hand.
Monster lives on his hand.
With vigor, it rouses. No, don't be rash. Protect the child. Responds. What's happening? Weren't they with you? Here to help us? Stay alert, monster.
Damn it, they split us cover to set up the whole goddamn circus. Attention, Riverblade Squad. All members of Riverblade Squad. Recon team has overtly attacked us, scratching every clause of the contract. Caster Division, ready up. Snipers, confirm bearings and prepare to attack. You all copy? The Stouthammer squad has turned traitor. Fight back. Open fire.
In the Barrens, escaping on our motorcade on foot isn't much of a sagacious choice. Stay here. This is the safest option. Did you plan this too? No. War can bring great profit to Columbia, but nobody wants the profit in anyone else's pocket. Dividing up interest isn't just about size, and satisfying everyone is extremely difficult. As their advanced operations advisor, I've given sufficient counsel, including all betrayal possibilities. Right now, there's a war going on outside. And you're just going to sit here, unconcerned? I have to remind you, Elliot. You also sit here, receiving my protection at that. No, it's this box. They don't have the guts to attack us. I'm the one who's your protection, advisor. Discontentedly, it gazes afar. I don't intend to retort. They absolutely wouldn't dare to destroy an artist prototype that could convert half of Sargon's rainforest into barrens. Despite its disguise as an engine on an all-new power source. What the fuck are you talking about?
Advisor, we can't hold out for much longer. We need to pull back immediately and change course. Please, bring the survivor with us. We'll ensure your safety.
Understood.
How many withdrew? Less than 20. Wretched losses. Let me say again, Captain. Scores of our brothers just died. Thanks to them pulling a heel turn out of their assholes in the middle of an operation. The company's gonna send people to wipe every last one of them off the goddamn map.
Ah, fuck, I gotta sneeze stuck.
Yeah, it's not coming out. I don't know about that. If the Stouthammers had this plan in advance, I'm worried the company hasn't got the reach into Sargon. Maybe they made a deal with some Lord Amir?
Why do they keep saying some Lord Amir? Are there multiple Lords Amir?
Or maybe they just never... The advisor and the kid? Right over there. Let me talk with them alone. Advisor.
Before we entered Sargon, I gave you the heads up. The military needed to light a fire in Sargon and then wait for war to bring riches their way. Factories, mines, the arms trade, every second of its existence, Columbia has been gnawing away at this ancient country, strengthening itself. So its military pulled a move, brought about the birth of the Sand Soldiers, had them bring scientific researchers into Sargon to carry out some tech support.
But the Bureau doesn't take things that way at all.
To be precise, it is the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Arts Units, and Originium, and its background desires that don't take things that way. Perhaps Sargon is a backwards, rotting country to some people's eyes, but its ancient wealth and power still suffices to command servitude of all the dust in its sky, to become the desert under the Empire's gaze. I have to say, the Bureau's viewpoint is correct. One portion of Columbia's people has grown narrow-minded with its ballooning riches and power. They mistakenly think that they can cause wanton strife in Sargon without paying a price. Anyone Padisha's maneuvering is enough to influence the Colombian entrepreneurs' stock prices, yet they turn a blind eye to Sargon's vast might. The policymakers are free to be ignorant, and failure in judgment won't harm their core interest, but you yourselves need to know just what is it that you're doing. At least you should know, this and your life or death are symbolic.
The Padishas are the Sargon's Empire's chief governors at the core. They are to control their Lord Samir. Would they have anything to do with the company?
You know what it is the company wants, correct? Certain high-ranking members of the military have seized some Bala-Informative Technologies principal shareholders, exporting these things to Sargon under unofficial cover in order to fulfill a deal with the Lord Amir. And what they truly desire is to employ these simple, crude methods to set off a power struggle with an Ibit, because that will soon profit. But the Bureau believes that if the war spreads to the heart of the Empire, every money-making design will become fly ash.
So the Bureau wants us to retrieve the target so as to stop the military brass from going a step too far? That I get, but...
But the military is not stupid. Its spies within the company, perhaps you've already guessed who, have bribed the Stout Hammer Squad to ensure the plans will remain in Sargon, and then a certain Lord Amir can set off a war. Oh, I accidentally clicked off it.
They had the balls!
Aside from the operation advisors that aren't me, all silently acknowledging this string of activity inside the company. The chief of business has no plans to stand on any side, allowing both parties to hold each other back. It might even bring in bonus grey income, after all.
None of this is any kid's business.
Elliot Glover, only 13 when he skipped a few grades and graduated, soon entering an academy for sciences and taking up studies in originium technology. 3 years after, this young genius was picked out by Professor Thorne to become, in all respects, his personal assistant. Elliot is a member of the Sand Soldiers, a research team crowned as soldiers who had no idea at all what awaited them in Sargon. They died tragically in the sandstorm without a single clue about anything, and none of us can deprive their last survivor of learning the complete picture.
Fine, I get it. No skin off my nose. Now, where were we? Oh yeah, the Bureau and the military pressured the company, and then, in Sargon, all the Lord Samir clashed. Ha! We were betrayed from the very beginning, and we jumped into this war knowing scratch all. Where'd they get the balls to do this shit? Now they've thrown us into the desert like garbage. Who can still guarantee things will go how they want?
The company never cared about what ultimately ended up in whose hands. Regardless of which of you survived to complete the mission, they'd still pocket a reward. To be precise, even if you all died right here, it wouldn't affect a single coin that falls into their pockets. Because the ever-eyeing Lord Samir and the Padishahs would have helped you settle and follow up on things otherwise, it's only natural they brought in the chaos. The moment you were first drawn into Sargon by that enormous reward, you were already cornered.
Sorry, advisor. You warned us out of the kindness of your heart, and you gave or up everything you had to. I respect you a hell of a lot more than I do the cigar munchers, all making up absolute shit at their meeting tables. But maybe we still have one other option. Right now, pull out your arms, advisor. I hope this decisive battle can preserve some dignity.
You're going to kill her?
Why not? That's what our original job really was, after all.
Don't lose your head, mercenary. I know you've received secret orders from the chief of business, but I also trust you understand that right now, following things to the letter would only cut off your own way out.
Yeah, you've always given me an omniscient kind of impression. The company sold us out. The chief of business sacked us like pawns. The Lord Samir, the Padishahs, and the Colombian military are all itching to kill us and snatch the goods. But we're mercs. That's just morning coffee to us. As long as I can still make bank. I got no shits to give.
What a pity.
I'm just the smallest fry in this whole whirlwind of crisis. But whether it's in the Bureau's interest or the military's, whatever. All this shit makes me crazy. Dizzy. Even the company thinks you shouldn't hang around here any longer, advisor. This is a good chance. Good chance to make a senior advisor in Sargon disappear. Some folks paid me a lot of money. Hey, and I couldn't say if they were the same who bribed the Stouthammers. None of that matters. Just want to ask you one last thing. You've done so much. What was it all for in the end?
Columbia, Sargon, and perhaps Victoria as well. Uncountable powers all wrapped up in this. And though their lack of foresight led us here, all their innumerable machinations point towards one endgame.
War.
And war will bring ruin. I simply tried to stop all this from coming, despite how weak my influence is.
I don't know where I ought to believe you. Maybe as long as I complete the chief's orders and kill you, the company will let us back in.
Who would trust 16 mercenaries forced to hole up in a cave, a scientist boy assistant, and a mercenary company's operations advisor? who would willingly sit down with them to discuss where millions of lives are headed. I'll give you one final heads up. Even if you make the chief of business happy, and make an obstructive advisor vanish in the middle of Sargon, it will not mean you can return home safe. Every hired hand in these yellow dusts believes you made off with the final legacy of the Sand Soldiers, and they will make the choice of exterminate a flock of Colombians who offered their Lord Amir's graces, who offended their Lord Amir's graces. After you kill me, you want to use Elliot as a bargaining chip, but would you have the leeway for a peaceful dialogue?
No, you're right. I've got no chance of making any kind of deal with people who just killed my brothers. I don't know. I don't work with a big picture like that. Alright, you convinced me, advisor. I'll put down my crossbow. You get that, your pet out of sight a little.
How are you going to proceed?
If we keep working together, will you ensure we return to Colombia?
Precisely the opposite. If you truly keep working with me, you will only add to the dangers you face. But at the least, I can plot a route for you and help you stow away into Minos. This is the safest path.
The safest path? You're not even gonna go with us?
My goal lies elsewhere.
There's no way you say you prepped this route just for us, right?
Don't misunderstand. This is just for those who can't get out of here alive, regardless of who they are.
Sounds a little like salvation, huh?
There's a hint of arrogance behind that word. If you have any misgivings, just treat this as a deal.
Alright. Last time I didn't trust you, ended up right in the frying pan. Maybe this time I ought to be a little smarter. That's a deal, advisor. I want to use both your lives to buy the lives of me and the brothers I have left.
16 for 2. Very cost effective.
Damn right cost effective. Huh. You saw this day coming from miles away, didn't you?
Where are we heading? Where are we? I want to... There's a local place for dealings, which the local arms dealers and underground originium goods merchants all call the Reef Step Black Market. When we find that market, its stowaways can help us out. What's on your mind?
I'm thinking about them beans. I just left the teacher's body in that makeshift. I should have... The blood and the screaming. Ugh.
The advisors hit the road. What now? Here's the map for the route the advisor gave us. Not just the names of all the towns, but any messenger stations we can use too. Can you guess how much this map be worth alone? Just where in the holy fuck did she come from? Hell knows. Right now, she's the single straw we got to grab at. Tear up all the identifying marks. Can't keep using these Colombian cars anymore. We'll head to the closest city on foot. Should be about 30 kilometers. Then we'll rent a new ride and get out of here. And we escape just like that? I know what you're thinking, but we still aren't ready for payback. We'll hide out for a bit, then we can go back. Deal with all the traitors company side. Who's there? Huh. So you let the Sand Soldier go. Now there's a twist. Enemy raid! Snipers!
And then they all fucking died.
Leave 3 alive. Get the casters ready to grill them. Deal with all the rest.
Have you calmed down, son? Counting researchers, the Sand Soldiers were on the scale of 100 people when they left Toronto. You just experienced a massacre. This may be difficult, but you need to return to form as soon as possible.
Just what do you intend to do?
Retrieve the art's prototype plants in your embrace. Assuming no mishaps, there should still be an originium crystal sample in there. This will only delay the outbreak of war, but it will give us enough time, enough to afford a few of my colleagues in Colombia the chance to try and change course. You hardly even know what that case could unleash.
You can't! What kind of sick joke? This is everything the Institute worked for.
Whether you trust me or not, I know full well just how important, how weighty, results paid for countless lives are to theoretical scientists. But I also know this thing, termed an Advanced Originium Power Arts Conversion Device, is given different application, the sheer harm it can bring about. If this thing... okay. Many were aware of this. Naturally, this included your teacher.
You don't mean to say teacher knew we were doing wrong? How dare you suggest?
So this is Argon. Ah, a time-old charm of a country. Look around here. All the heart of the wild-grown desert. No dependence on nomadic cities. Still so full of life.
It is, teacher.
Elliot, your mind's wandering. Come here. Let me brush that gravel off your head.
Thank you, teacher. Teacher, if you were this caring of the women who tried to woo you, I don't think your family would urge you so hard to get married.
Ha! Don't poke your teacher where it hurts, else you'll be assigned to double next month's experiments. Besides, why do you think I pick a boy as my assistant?
Teacher?
Ah, don't worry about it. It's something that popped into my head. The mountain range at the end of the Barrenlands and the rainforest on the other side. Must both be bursting with life, too, in their own ways. Totally unlike the barrens we're in. In that rainforest, could there reside people just as unlike those here? What kind of life do they lead, and how does it fare?
The rainforest? Why all this sudden thought, teacher?
A lot of wood. Elliot, I believe our undertakings are for the benefit of ever more of humanity, for those still without the blessings of Originium technology. But at times, the fruits of our research may not be implemented as we intended. Perhaps from the start, we chose a path wrong, excessively wrong, and when we realize it, we are powerless to redeem.
Huh?
Ha! Yeah, supposing. Provided a day like that dawned. We'd have to try and stop all of this in its tracks.
Mr. Thorne, no, it can't be. He was deceived. Thorne's research had been rigged from the start. The capital bounced around to land in his hands, disguised as an exciting investment in the new energy market, perfectly unscrupulous, giving nobody any doubts. I'd warned him before, but perhaps the experiment's success and advancement made him put his own misgivings aside. No one is perfect, Elliot, but your labors will not become a catalyst of conflict and death. I came here to ensure that, and I need your assistance. Right, you have 5 minutes to gather your thoughts, and then we'll leave.
Huh? You want me to go with you?
You'd only die in the barrens otherwise, and I won't deny your gift for the mathematical and applied Originium fields, but you don't have even the first idea of what vegetation can offer you a moisture content. I don't want the last young one who knows the truth to senselessly pass away in front of me. Of course, if you feel your calling is at its end, that you have no need to press onward, I can arrange for you refuge in the Sargon countryside.
Huh? Just who the fuck are you? Why do you speak of everything so downplayed?
I am presently an advanced operations advisor and arts instructor for the Western Security Company, Columbia, if I have to repeat myself once more to you. I am Kal'tsit.
Kal'tsit. Kal'tsit. Kal'tsit. Look at this contract. What a beautiful signature it is. She mediated between Columbia and Sargon. She toyed with the Lords Amir and mercenaries in the palm of her hand.
She said she came to prevent war, to prevent Sargon's self-destruction. What arresting ambitions. They weren't her truest thoughts at all. Her preparations, profound, far-reaching, not to be known by anyone else, influenced the fates of too many. And we can scarcely see how long the path she walked was, or where it led.
予測通りの戦いでした。完璧です。
Another friggin' tutorial. WD Tier 1 Air Support Training. The new combat methods employed by these well-funded mercenaries demand extra attention during battle. Mobile Tactical Hangar deploys drones as needed to assist. What the fuck? But why? Alright, I'm gonna drink some soda. Give me 1 moment. Okay. God dang it, Jessica. Air support training. Who's the fuck? There's only one enemy. Melantha can handle this.
できる限りやります。
You could have just put yourself right in front of him. Sorry, that was the soda. A drone. Where did it? This is a combat method particular to some mercenaries. In battle, they will call the mobile tactical hangar for air support drones to assist them in combat. Once the call is successfully made, the tactical hangar will dispatch an air support drone to make direct for the target indicator, based on the coordinates the caller gives. Air support drones will only begin assisting in combat once they reach the called coordinates, and will not move again after that. I'm alone. It's okay, Melantha. I'll come be your medic. I don't think you're healing enough, my dude. Okay, this goes on for some time. We held out. But why is the enemy drone gone? Mercenary organizations are relatively cost-conscious. Each air support drone carries limited fuel and will automatically retreat after some time after launch. If they're all that stingy, won't we be fine just leaving them alone? Though they won't pose any threat to the life points, they are exceptionally powerful while assisting in combat, and are difficult to attack. For example, attacks from the fragmentation type air support drone deal physical damage in a radius, and can temporarily weaken allied operators' defenses. Have operators skilled in anti-air combat shoot them down in advance. Some of the stress on direct combat can be alleviated. A mercenary called in another air support drone up ahead. Melantha, I can come help you out. Sure.
ご命令いります。動かないで。
That's how that goes.
私できました。自分の力で皆さんを守れましたか？
Okay, so I'm gonna need some people also. Oh, heavy rain. Neat. WD2, a bolt from the blue oasis. Kal'tsit and the survivors traveled on foot to a large oasis, where many animals come to sate their thirst. Of course, enemy scouting drones are here too, things that are much less reliant on water.
Okay. I'm going to need some more actual snipers. Nah, I should probably just go with it usual.
遠距離支援は任せて。
17 years ago. 3:09 p.m. Clear. Ursus, 147 kilometers northwest from the main course of nomadic city Chernobog village. A hamlet.
Quick, quick! The doctor says to get warm water. Where will we find warm water so easily? Ask Marfa, as if her family has any water they boiled this morning. Emperor above, we beg you, bless our old dedushka.
Excuse me, what the fuck's happening here? Who's this doctor that you mentioned?
Oh, you're... Wait, who are you? Where'd you come from? The clothes mean you're from the city, right? Sorry. We're busy aiding someone right now. If you don't mind, come with me this way. At least you'll have a place to sit.
It's okay. I came here to find that doctor, as it happens. What's her name?
You're not here to...
She's just a shady doctor. Do you have a great trust in her?
But she's all we have who can save our Dedushka. I'm begging you, at least just for now. She's the only doctor here to save us.
I'm not here to seize her. I just have a little business with her. Could you show me the way?
I don't know if...
I'm a doctor too. Perhaps I can be of help.
Oh, even a burden beast would know you're a scholar, seeing your clothes.
You can tell Dr. Kal'tsit something first. Tell her her student Lilia is here to visit her, and ask her if she needs any assistance or not.
Ah, so you know the doctor's name. And you're Lilia, is that right? Good. Truly a wonderful name. Wait here for a moment, I'll go right now. Hey, don't forget to ask Marfa. Bring the warm water.
Grit your teeth and keep holding on. Kal'tsit. Huh? What the fuck is going on here? Attacked by a wild beast. This is just an emergency treatment. Knife.
What the fuck? What? I can't find it.
Here, hand. An infected creature? Correct. Any risk of infection? Most infected creatures are cleaner than people imagine. By the tooth marks, a tusk beast roaming the vicinity. But if it's come into contact with active originium, infected creatures may have methods to coexist with pathogens, but humans do not. The situation is severe. This is not originium infection alone. Additional necrosis symptoms are present.
It hurts. Oh, fuck.
Calm down, now. Deep breaths. Difficulty breathing, likely thrombosis, asymptomatic of acute oropathy.
But doesn't the oropathy make crystals grow out of your skin? Or Dedushka's fine, see? Isn't she?
In certain circumstances, the source of infection ends up rapidly circulating through the blood, and won't present visible originium crystals like regular cases of oropathy do. Infection symptoms intensify within a short time, very quickly. If we don't suppress it via drugs,
Emperor above.
You've learned a lot. Syringes are inside the gray medical kit. Here, you carry a suppressant like this with you? There's always times of need.
Wait! Doctor, is this expensive? Thinking about that at a time like this?
It's affordable. You have no need to worry. Our top priority right now is suppressing your acute oropathic responses and prevent an originium crystal dust outburst. You don't want the others in the village to suffer because of you, correct? Steady breaths. Relax. You'll be fine.
Alright. Doctor, I don't want to become infected.
I am very sorry.
I...
Suffocation. No breathing. We don't have a respirator. We have nothing here. That doesn't mean we can do nothing. Bring the inhaler over.
Doctor, I'm begging you. Save this Dedushka of ours. Damn it!
The moment originium dust permeated his wounds, it was inevitable he'd become infected. All he can do is strive to extend his life. Has the suppressant still not taken effect? Considering the patient's age, the suppressant itself was tremendous risk. Hold your nerve. Breathing has stabilized some.
Is he better now? Is the sickness gone?
In terms of his acute symptoms, possibly, but if you mean his neuropathy, we can do nothing. No one can do anything.
How could this? Then if the man from the patrol unit comes by, then just give me up. I only had so long left anyway. Infected? Fine, so be it. Just as long as you don't let the eggheads in here. You don't let the eggheads in here to run their mouths. No, we wouldn't. We wouldn't. We just have to hide you. We won't let anyone find you. We'll hide you. We'll all hide you safely. Doctor, thank you so much. Doctor, things might have not have turned out the best, but we don't have much to repay you with either.
This is merely a doctor's duty. The path ahead of becoming an infected is what you truly need to consider. I am very sorry that circumstances couldn't permit me to do more. Suppressant is effective, but the wounds are still infected. It may lead to worsening of thrombosis. We may have to operate an excise. Your judgment is correct, good sir. Please bear with us.
Alright.
Sorry about that, Lilia. Long time no see, Director Kal'tsit. Long time no see. Let's walk and talk. Perhaps you're not enthused about conversing with me like this after that bloodbath, but from the bottom of my heart, I'm glad that you're still alive. So after that, you hid here the whole time. From the hill over there, you can see out Chernobog skyscrapers. If it were me, I wouldn't opt to shelter so near a city way. I'm only stopping over for the moment, nothing more. What have you been doing ever since? I don't wish for the hate between you to continue flowing unabated. In particular, it's a hatred that will only cause one to find their own ruin, but will strongly attract direct reprisal from those murderers. You're telling me all this on purpose, aren't you? I won't deny that, Lilia, but...
Dr. Kal'tsit, you're living? It's
my student. No alarm. She came to pick me up.
I see then. Pick you up? Oh, Emperor above. You're going after all of them? Oh, you're going after all then? If you're going, please tell us. You cured my daughter, so at least let us send you off properly.
I will.
Alright. Then we'll leave you two alone. You have to tell us before you go. Please, Dr. Kal'tsit. Don't forget.
The people here seem to like you. They've shown enough goodwill already. I've merely done my work as a doctor. They're the ones who live true horses' lives. We spent so long in the research institute, there's plenty we've forgotten. Even positioning themselves near Cityway couldn't bring them opportunity, nor prosperity. Precisely the opposite. A tyrant official with subordinated power took hold here, exploiting the poor folk to offer the patrol unit yet more convenient soil. So they can't even find one run-of-the-mill doctor graduated from medical school, and one run-of-the-mill flu strain could kill a tender young girl. Your horizons are vast. Yes, they've always been. You still treat a flu for someone. I thought... You thought I was a scientist who gesticulated at papers and data. To be honest, you're more of a doctor than I ever imagined. Perhaps I was always a doctor. What changes is only the treatment subject and the locus to contend with. That's why your students put so much faith in you. Lilia, how's your daughter? I left her with a friend of mine. She has no connection to all of this whatsoever. You know how young she is. She doesn't even speak yet. She hasn't begun to walk. And I left behind my child just like that. You could have chosen not to do this. If you wanted Luisa to live on, identity concealed. You should know what I think, Director Kal'tsit. I just want to try and stop you. But if not even your daughter can stall your step, perhaps my words won't reach you either. That's right. Quite clear about that. Winter's so cold this year. Vampilov's father went mad from his son's death. He kept Falby spent in a loft by the lake. Every day he would fantasize for a while that he was going hunting with his son. Ila's child, Lyudmila, she's still young, but already comprehends certain irreversible things. Nobody even knows how she's doing nowadays. And Romanovich too. His family sold off their whole estate and left that city. Even if his brothers never believed in any accident, there were people to shut them up. And for even more, the police announced it was an accident down to the finest thing. In that list of accidental casualties, not a single person had left Chernobog's research institute, an experimental accident leading to a chain reaction, and reported identities of bodies provided by the military. But a kind of intuition tells me, some are alive. Intuition? Because afterwards all relatives of the victims, more or less, received anonymous aid, as well as a warning. I don't think that spineless, incompetent Count Boris, nor Sergei, the traitor, would have any mercy in them. Someone else knows what happened. Someone else who knows what happened has to have survived. But it took until today, 3 years later, before I found you, Director Kal'tsit. It took until today. You hid so well. You even fooled the secret police's eyes. They rely too much on Ursa's latest technology for criminal investigation. It actually created an opening for me. Of course, you're a hail genius, an incomparable research leader. That's why everyone embraces you so. Please tell me, Lilia, how many people signed onto your plan? 6 or 7, maybe even more. We don't dare meet together in public. We might be caught or used for leverage. That includes me. All those things in that accident, they can never have back. When did you start plotting all of this? From the moment I found out the 4th Army's lackeys fired the first bolt in the research institute, mercilessly shredding the father of my children's throat. From that moment, I started. Lilia, don't take me as a brave fool. Even my health gives me so little time to work with you all. I've still accomplished one thing or another, such as you found the whereabouts of Grand Duke Vanya, the Pine Valley retreat, situated beyond any nomadic city. Oh. And this former 4th Army staff officer was also highly likely to be a Grand Duke of Ursus, actualizing the sarcophagus incident, perhaps right in their frailest, weakest position of his endlessly long campaigning career. You want to conduct an assassination, Lilia, but this act of vengeance can still be considered bravely foolish. Huh. I can finally see why that Astrov looked up to you so. But you must know, Lilia, assassinating an old Grand Duke will have no significance at all. Maybe from the start, Vanya, the man so decrepit he needs cardiac stimulant injections when he gives speeches, was not the real murderer. I know, Kal'tsit. I know. But do you really think when I entrusted Luisa to someone else, it was just for a rational ending? A so-called fair trial? As if you can't guess, Kal'tsit. Blind revenge will only cause you lack of foresight. Kal'tsit. Kal'tsit. Perhaps you couldn't understand. Luisa never even learned to say Papa. You can sit. That's your name. Also, how long have you been spending here? Not worth mentioning, Lilia. You look awful. You need to rest. How did you find me? Sheer chance. If not for sheer chance, perhaps I'd never have learned you were still alive. Ludmilla. We didn't want our children coming to too much harm, so at first we planned to look for Ludmilla. But then we learned from Ludmilla's housekeeper that someone was sustaining contact with them, aiding them. Someone anonymous, but she seemed to know it all, inside out. The same anonym had even set up a way for her to leave Ursus. It was then I was sure that some were still alive, and to my knowledge very few could accomplish something like that. Have some tea. Here I imagined you'd be itching to ask about my business at the retreat. Lilia, I imagine the one who's really itching here is you. And you knew all along where Vanya was. You're really just going to sit on the sidelines. You should know all the secrets he's holding on to. The true secrets have already been sealed for an eternity in that research institute, thanks to Ilya's perseverance. Even now, the army haven't been able to find a single scrap of the gains they were drooling for. And Grand Duke Vanya is incurably ill. He'll recuperate at Pine Valley every winter, provided you have any way to sneak into the so-called high-class salon every once. It's not that hard to come by the information. He even brags all over about how the retreat's so beautiful and vast. Correct. There is no shortage of Ursus soldiers with outstanding service there, and of course, bureaucrats and nobles too. Infiltrating it and assassinating a Grand Duke would be as absurd as you, in Chernobog, charging into Count Boris's house with a knife, slitting his throat open, and then escaping again untouched. You're right. But for those bureaucrats and nobles, security in there is still weak enough to make people restless. I won't deny that. But how do you know that's not a signal? One that Grand Duke Vanya is no longer an important figure, or that his fate has already been set by certain people? I've told you, Kal'tsit. What I want isn't a fair trial. To make it clear, what I long for is a lynching. Now's not the time to discuss justice or morality, Kal'tsit. Only those who can rest easy at night enjoy using objectivity as a shield. Whether Grand Duke Vanya is censored by the military or the Emperor, becomes a scapegoat, stands on the wrong side in a political conflict, suffers banishment, is sought away by the army. No matter what, even if he dies miserably at the end of the gallows, what business is that of mine? It was him who pushed for all of Chernobog to sink into deeper ruin, and all I know is he should pay the price. He should pay the price to us. He's the murderer who killed my child's father. Kal'tsit. I am listening. I've already figured out how to infiltrate the retreat. But I also need to admit, even if the security there is suspiciously weak, that doesn't mean any of us can pull this off smoothly. I found a breach. Someone who's been in charge of security at the Noble's Sanatorium for 30 plus years, but hasn't had the guts to make much side money of it for the fear of the Nobles. I prepared a huge sum, with my colleagues' help. That complete life failure, we all saw could retire any day, caved in instantly. We spent immense effort to gain his trust. I was simply the daughter of a country upstart, only wanted to intern at the retreat to get close with some noble or officer. But you want me to help you? Yes. Forging any identity has risk no matter what, but to my mind, the retreat and the information agency wouldn't be that tied up, so Even if the secret police are fooled into thinking you're dead, then death will be your open road. In 1080, the sarcophagus incident surviving scientist, Sergei, established a brand new research institute. The same year, Count Vori's vastly expanded Chernobog's industrial region. The Fourth Army's messengers, for the first time in history, found the Count's door was closed to them there. Lyudmila was still young, and Luisa was but one amongst countless children, so Kal'tsit thought. She could comprehend that Lilia, as a mother, had a complex, cruel expectations of his children. And after the Chernobog core city's engine underwent its umpteenth major maintenance, it still turned with rumble. WD2, a bolt from the Blue Oasis.
みんな行くわよ。
Alright, the drone thingies. I had already completely fucking forgotten about them.
Forward!
Okay.
みんな私に続け。
Could you?
ターゲットロックオン。
貫く。悪くない位置取りだね。
I'll need to see proof of identity.
Oh,
貫
wait,
く。
that.
初期化
You're still in range? Yes, you are.
Auto calibration 中よ。Yes, Scum. Understood. It won't hurt. You'll just get a little buzz.
Oh.
貫く。
外は危ないからね。
貫く。
Tactical crossbow. Mercenary using range weaponry. Scrap. Flying unit. Attacks deal AoE physical damage to reduce target's defense. Or it would have. Alright.
貫く。
Give me one moment. Alright. Sorry about that.
貫く。
It won't hurt. You'll just get a little buzz. Huh?
Could you? Would you? Are you going to?
外は危ないからね。
貫く。
I mean, I guess I could. Oh, never mind then. "17 years ago, 1:37 p.m. Clear. Central Ursus, Pine Valley Retreat, dining hall." Oh, are we actually doing the revenge thing? Damn. Sir, your coffee.
Are you new?
I am, sir.
Then ask around about how I take my coffee. Bring it to me once again once you let it cool. You damn feline! Ugh, feline. Disgusting wretch. I didn't go to war to have a feline take care of me. Get out of my sight.
Well, damn. Straight up super racism. Maid Kal'tsit and Kal'tsit indeed. My utmost apologies, sir. This is my oversight. Please, don't tell the head caretaker. I'll prepare it again for you right away.
You don't want to lose your job? You have 3 minutes to do it over. Properly. Also, something wrong with your eyes? If you don't know how to smile, I'll tear that face of yours off.
Please don't. I am very sorry to displease you. I'll go and redo it right now.
Bah! Servants these days. It's a nice figure all they have to offer.
I am very sorry. Please do not get angry. It would be highly detrimental to your condition.
Out of the way.
Yes, very sorry.
Miss? Hey, miss.
Are you referring to me?
Yeah, that's right, miss. I saw the whole thing just now. Don't you lose heart. That's a patrol unit head, you know? You could say people like that have no right coming to the retreat.
He certainly isn't a noble. Does he not worry about offending others, acting so tyrannically?
They say some count's very fond of him. And not just that, coming here for his battlefield condition. I heard that's Hokum. I bet he hasn't stepped foot on a battlefield in his life. I heard he helped the count do some dirty work, got sent here so he could keep his head down. With a supporter like that, and with people like us, of course, he lets all hell's bells loose.
A count? I never imagined a scoundrel like that could climb high enough to befriend a count.
Well, that's how it is. Who knows when one day he'll be made some lord somewhere. Dressed all clean and fine, sitting behind some enormous desk. Ugh. Anyway, don't you get angry. Piss off people like that, and you wish it was an Originium's dog stuck to you instead. Why don't terrorize a fine young girl like you've been doing working on her? Here. Never tell anyone I told you this. Don't go asking about, or else you'll get burnt.
Yes, I understand. Thank you.
Next time you see him, stay away a little. Heaven knows what he'll do to you. Is that the new doctor?
Kal'tsit? Doctor?
Oh, you know each other. Now get out of your way. Definitely not break time. Definitely not break time, after all. Take care. Don't let the head caretaker see you.
She cares a lot about us newcomers. She's a good one. You're right, Dr. Luisa. We cannot let her down. Would you still be busy with work in a bit? There's some things I'd like to tell you. Apologies, Doctor. I still need to brew a new cup of coffee. If that Count's pet doesn't continue to pick bones with me, I'll find you right after. Alright then. Remember to be careful, Kal'tsit. And if I happen to slip just a little bit of poison in his coffee. Dr. Luisa. It's just a stew right now, Kal'tsit. You should be using an alias. Luisa, borrowing your daughter's name. A disguise that of that level is purely for humiliating the secret police. In their eyes, I'm already dead, and after this incident, I'll leave Ursus. I may not be able to return for a very long time. Nobody will know the Grand Duke's death was a murder. Next time they come to the Grand Duke's side, they will only discover that in his old age, his breathing stopped. Will Ursus' technology not be enough to analyze the poison you've made? At present, I assure you this exceeds their understanding of what poison is.
Damn. Made poison so powerful it's technically not even poison. For how many years can your knowledge stay ahead of Ursus, Director?
The Empire's progress has already surpassed what I imagined, but these are not details we need to discuss right now. Lilia, your hope for arbitration can only end in this way. None of you have the means to seek further revenge. It is unreasonable. Only the paramount Emperor of Ursus will be capable of erasing the Grand Duke's honor, significance, and all else. I know. Good. In that case, is this the place? Yes, I have no idea what Grand Duke Bani is chronically afflicted with. But I found out from the head caretaker that every afternoon at 3, Vanya will leave his own monitoring room and come here to relax. His sunbates here until sunset. When he has the occasional guests, he'll have his dinner right here with them. There's no way we can get close to the Grand Duke's room. But as for here... We're standing right here. Yes. But he won't be without bodyguards. The whole corridor will be sealed off when the time comes. Apart from any guests cleared to be with the Grand Duke, only his medical advisor, as well as the servants, are allowed to enter this area. Even so, the Ursus nobles won't permit the workers to come to this balcony freely. We've already waited for long enough. The longer we spend, the riskier this gets. I understand. There has to be some gap. There has to be an opening. The Grand Duke's medical advisor works in shifts, so it might be me before we know it. Today, or perhaps tomorrow. Lilia, tell me the truth. After the Grand Duke dies, what will you do? Why is this now? We should be focusing on what's before us. I'm hoping you can answer me with reality. Before we reached Pine Valley, I received one final letter from Vampilov's family. Sergei is still diligently serving Boris and the city. Has changed, of course. Perhaps this is the start of something changing. They killed so many people, yet their conscience is still so clear. They rest so easily. You found out about Sergei's betrayal. But no excuse can bring back the dead. Sergei can't offer any further scientific assistance. Perhaps in a few years they'll formally call a halt to the project. And then, I just sit back and watch Sergei and Boris continue to collude, trample over everything. Though Grand Duke Vanya will be dead, you don't plan to stop. There's no way I can pardon Sergei. The first time I met him, Astrov was drunk, hugging me so excited, telling me all about how he had such upstanding, excellent colleagues. He looked forward to this project like no one else, and I supported him. I supported him with all I could, even up to now. Director Kal'tsit, you know everything, don't you? If you won't speak up, I'll return to Chernobog. I'll settle things once and for all. Vampilov's family have an escape route to Sami ready for me, but maybe I won't get the chance to hitchhike with any messengers, and you... I do plan to. Huh, of course. Very well aware, setting myself alight. So, Kal'tsit, no matter whether you plan to confess all the facts to me or not, at the very least, there is one tiny thing I want you to agree to. I know I'm doing something insane right now, and I know maybe you're the one in the right, but right now, I only have one request. Look after my daughter. Look after Luisa. The next generation doesn't need to inherit the hassle of hatred. Even if nobody can escape the city in the end, at least promise me, Kal'tsit. Look after her. If you can, please look after Lyudmila too. Dr. Luisa? Dr. Luisa, where are you? Here. Please wait one moment. Kal'tsit, I promise you. This is simply a mother's final wish. I will see Luisa grow up. Thank you. Astrov, the last time he held little Luisa's hand, he told me something, half-jokingly. He said, he hoped little Luisa would become a medical researcher just like me, and when Luisa was old enough to go to school, he hoped you'd be her very first teacher. I see. Those were the very last words he said to his daughter before he suddenly went to the institute that night.
Oh, Doctor, there you are. Perfect. If you were here any later, the head caretaker would have gone ballistic. Doctor? What's got your eyes so red? Something happened?
Nothing. What's the matter?
It's time to make rounds.
I wasn't even paying attention. Right, I understand. Is there some kind of commotion over there?
Yes. Seems an old nobleman's come from far off. Don't know for what. Long as the days go by smooth, that's all what matters.
Hello. Excuse me, we're currently making rounds. It seems you weren't on the list of scheduled visitors. Can I ask who you are?
Just an Ursa citizen on a whim, looking to meet an old friend. Do carry on, madam. I hope I don't bother any of you in your work.
Vite, are you off?
No, old friend. I'll see you again in a bit. You should be more mindful of your health. With winter here, don't set off that asthma of yours. As you were, madam. I'll be waiting in the hall.
He's...
Minister Witter.
And do watch out.
Sorry. The Grand Duke didn't know you were visiting. It is our negligence on the job to blame. As a token of apology, the Grand Duke would like you to have dinner with him. We hope you understand. The Grand Duke is ill, and if not for that, he would have greeted you himself.
Exclamation point.
Harf,
I'm sorry. I'm greatly sorry.
what's wrong with you? In the presence of the minister. Oh, nothing. Just some alcohol spilled in the bedsheets. Calm down, madam. What happened?
I'm sorry. The cap on the isopropyl bottle was too tight, and I applied too much force.
You could have just asked someone else to help.
Sorry. So sorry. I'll go fetch a towel right now.
Poor her. As for the Grand Duke's invitation, I do regret that my messenger is still waiting for me, and I can't stay long. Do pass a message on to Vanya. Tell him to rest up with peace of mind here. Though he should remember also that there is a meritorious place for those Her Majesty gives favor, and not another social hub for the nobility to mingle in. Got it. If you could just hold on, the Grand Duke will be very sad to hear. This is official business. I have to choose between Our Majesty and the Grand Duke. I am forced to wrong the Grand Duke Vanya. You should have spoke sooner. If that's so, the Grand Duke will surely empathize with you. May your road be evergreen. Send him my regards.
Dr. Luisa, what's wrong?
Kal'tsit, who is he?
Viscount Islam Witter.
That's a name? You recognize him?
Ursa's new Minister of Finance, a fresh noble from deep favor with the Emperor. With deep favor from the Emperor. It's alright, Dr. Luisa. I have only surface knowledge of his character, and don't know specifically how he made his fortune, but what I do know is, he's a present pillar who the Emperor of Ursus has personally assisted. And young elites like him can only have their sights set on the whole of Ursus. To the waves of crisis crashing against the Empire, the crises of Chernobog are mere tiny ripples. Even a Grand Duke of Ursus. Hold on. The Minister of Finance came to Pine Valley, yet has no armed entourage. Oh, I don't think so.
作戦目標予定通り完遂しました
Interesting. And yet I'm still fighting in Sargon. Cactus Dunes. Elliot silently takes count. A total of 315 cacti in the dunes. Mobile tactical hangar. Seriously, right next to the goddamn point? Fine. Alright. $13 years ago. 8:09 p.m. Heavy snow. Victoria Border Autonomous Region, County of Toron, Vincent Manor. What a splendid blizzard eve, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, please come in. Allow the servants to brush the snow off your tops and thaw yourselves by the brazier. A good evening to you, Count. Truly a magnificent soiree this is. Welcome, Lady Diana. To meet you on the eve of New Year is my honor entirely.
Nonsense! Now take a look, Count. I have a present for you, all the way from Casimir's.
What a beautiful pendant! My greatest thanks, Lady Diana. And send my well wishes to your husband. Now hurry along inside, we can have the snow burying your gorgeous looks.
Ha! You speak as fine a line as ever.
Oh, look who's here! If it isn't our Baron of Rye. I could never shoulder a title as hefty as Baron, but here I am anyway, the pure nerve. See what you're saying? We all respect you from the bottom of our hearts. Who spurns the man who feeds his people well now? You're quite right. Once harvest comes next year, I'd be honored if you visit my humble home. The tallest windmills in Toron. The scent of flower everywhere. And stay sure to enchant you if I do say so myself. Quite good. This blizzard shall pass, and next year will come trotting in right behind it with fine harvests. My gratitude for your kind words. Head in and warm yourself up now. We're serving the spiced bread you so love tonight. Of course, baked with most exquisite fragrant flour. All sorts from your farms. How about you? Won't you come in? It's almost time. Let your good servants welcome the remaining guests. Perhaps you speak sense, but no matter. I like to greet my invitees personally. They're all the most adorable people, whether noble or merchant, cleric or soldier. Torn is a fine place, isn't it? Why, you character, you. Now let me see, we still have the Mr. and Mrs. Arizona, that admirable lighthouse operator, and... Ahem. I'd heard from my most venerable fellow student, that gifter orator Thompson, that he had recently taken ill and I couldn't brook the thought of him facing a blizzard for a banquet, hence by specifically sending for a messenger to send him my well wishes. And yet, imagine my surprise to see what seems to be a sneaky darling of a messenger right here. Here. Aha, Mistress Heidi. How long since we last met? Uncle Vincent, don't ruffle up my hair. I had to spend so long making it. Fine. Ah, little Heidi, you've grown so much. What a dashing lady you are now. However, your father never sent word you'd be arriving today. Be candid with your uncle now. Have you come on the sly? And I say you're still quite young. If your father saw you dressed tonight, you'd be in for the nag, wouldn't you? Uncle, I'd hate him nagging at me. That's why I slipped off in the first place. I heard you called out a gallery of VIPs and bright minds tonight, and I couldn't help my curiosity. Not to mention, my papa always wants me to broaden my scope, get out beyond the classroom, and isn't this the finest opportunity? And you swear you're not here to see the boys hoping for a chance meeting? You know your father's told me you've never been absorbed in all of those tawdry romance You've been absorbed in all those tawdry romance novels lately, and it's been worrying him so. How could I? I'm not such a naive girl now. Your father worded it very well. Romanticism is all and well, but writing aiming to be consumed, pulling wool over the truths of life, so as to curry favor with readers and wring the last drop of worth from its material. There's nothing of value in it. In that regard, all of Toron ought to be learning from your father. Uncle, let's drop the subject now. I feel embarrassed hearing this. And honestly, my papa, telling people off left and right when he was young, and in the end he made himself a businessman, made himself a huge fortune. The old guard in the association constantly joke about him. Drives him mad. Some things up life's sleeve you just can't refuse. Oh well, imagine Thompson did it for you too, ladies. Back when he was younger, he'd find any chance to grumble about his unrecognized talent to me. How's his health been lately? Just his chronic pains. Once winter's gone, he'll be alive and and well as ever. So you availed yourself while your parents couldn't watch you, made off with your mother's clothes, and came to join the festivities? Right, no, I came on educational purposes, just as my father guided me. Heidi? How about you just never saw me? You've been quite too headstrong this time. Look at this awful snow today. Just suppose something had happened to you on the way. How would I ever explain to your father? Well, Uncle, you see, it's so late now anyway, and I just can't find a car and head back now, can I? Oh, dear child, quick, in! Don't you freeze now! Hooray! You're the best, Uncle. But who are you still waiting for? Is there still some guest noble enough to wait like a snowman at the door? Quite. An outstanding Laterano cleric. Last year your aunt caught some illness unawares. Had fever that wouldn't abate. And it's thanks to that cleric that it vanished. It's fucking Kal'tsit, isn't it? We struck up Concord afterwards, and I paid frequent visits. This cleric's not just fine with medicine, but has original views on all walks of life. Truly a mind-opener. Huh. Well, if you vouch for them like this, they must be really incredible, right? But of course, if a person of those talents could swear loyalty to the Vincent family, it'd bring a deal of vigor to build the local land. I even had every intent to invite that cleric along as my friend on my journey to Londinium, and your aunt would have appreciated the diversion, but would you know our rotten luck, out on business. So today, mark my words, I'll be introducing this insightful scholar to one and all. Uncle, is that Laterano cleric a gentleman by any chance? A refined, mannerly sancta, maybe? Ooh, on the older side. There it is, you little scamp! Swearing your pure intentions, even. Just asking. Don't get too excited. She's a meritorious, she's a good woman, and she isn't a sancta. Very rare to see, but I'll suggest she's a feline cleric. I truly do appreciate people like her. Ahem. Uncle, I didn't hear any of that, and I won't breathe a word to Auntie. You can cross my heart. And what silly ideas have you gotten? I really ought to make Thompson give you a proper word or three. Well, goddamn!
My apologies, Sir Vincent. Might I have arrived late?
I am particularly more partial towards Tuxedo Kal'tsit myself, apparently.
私の動きについてきて。Forward.
貫く。
アーツユニットチャージ中。
みんな、私に続け。悪くない位置取りだね。
I'll need to see proof of identity.
みんな、私に続け。
There is tactical defender. Mercenary clad in heavy armor calls for the defensive air support. Anvil, flying unit, increased defense of enemy units within range and slowly recovers their health. Difficult to attack.
みんな、私に続け。
これが戦場というものね。Standing by. Bravery shall overcome evil.
みんな、私に続け。
了解しました。
貫く
Yes, scum! Stop right there, criminal scum! 皆さんが私のことを信じてくれてますから。
貫く
Orders, please. Bravery shall overcome evil.
君にできるかな
Alright then.
貫く
Mission accomplished.
Ah, Cleric Kal'tsit, you're finally here. Your mode of dress.
I was deeply honored by your invitation, but with sudden matters to attend to, the monastery could not prepare suitable evening attire for me. They found only this outfit buried in the storeroom. I hope you shan't mind.
Did you just fucking use shan't? Oh, quite naturally, I shan't. And go so far as to say that your attire is utterly, formidably gallant. Heidi, you don't just stand there. Here, this is Cleric Kal'tsit. Give her a greeting and then hurry inside quick. Heidi?
Miss Heidi, it is good to meet you.
I'm Heidi.
I know it already. An adorable name. So you're Cleric Kal'tsit, is that right? I often hear my uncle mention you.
You did not hear, he did not know she existed until now.
The pleasure is mine.
Cleric Kal'tsit, I imagine you know of Mr. Thompson too. Quite, this is Heidi Thompson before you, that strange fellow's daughter.
I see. Your father is a person worthy of respect.
Right, then, do come in, Cleric.
Thank you again for your generosity, Sir Vincent.
Oh, did you know the Count went to Londinium? Have you ever been in that city before?
Don't remind me. I once had everything backed up and ready, and then a catastrophe messenger came trotting along to say the road ahead is blocked. You all go back. I was beside myself returning home. Immediately had a great bout of illness.
Oh my, how dearly wretched. Is that auspicious poet coming today? I have a few works I've wrote in private, and I'd hope he could do the honor of appraising them.
Perish the thought. Have you forgotten just how many manuscripts from thinkers Thompson's torn up in front of the Count?
Oh, I remember. Thompson's ruthless. He even said himself, the clash of ideas ought to be a ruthless thing. Truly frightening he is.
It's not a be-all nor end-all to show off.
My, but the charm's all in young men like that, isn't it? Metal to test, romantic and free.
Of course, I admit, I once admired Thompson for those qualities, but in front of the Count, Thompson still can't shake off his own deliberate arrogance. Deliberate? Thompson? Isn't it obvious? He regards our esteemed Count after all. Forget just nobility and status. In these last years, the Count's governed his land with perfect order. It's plain for all of us to see. Oh, Thornton's not his land in name. Mine, it's for all of us to manage. But I'll admit the Count deserves his reputation for leading. I do have respect in the man. Unless we forget, he's he's had multiple invitations to gatherings at Londinium. Don't you think our little place, allow me to admit our border situation, deserves some sense of pride? Ha! Nobles.
My, let's not make the topic so stiff. We're all people of Victoria, aren't we?
Ha! People. Ever since that outrageous hanging, we can barely claim to know whose people we are. Simmer down, we all regret our Majesty's departure. We can still drink a few toasts here today, you see.
In other words, today's a happy day. Don't bring up anything so frightful. Look, here comes the Count.
I overheard your conversation. Very intriguing, Richard. I'd much like to take a look at your writings. Oh, poppycock. Good Count, in comparison to you, my little efforts pale like a man under a skyscraper.
That's right, Vincent. Hurry and tell us of your trip to Londinium. Let us all hear it. Who did you meet? Any Grand Dukes of living legend?
In due time, everyone, in due time. The night has just begun, and don't forget, today is a day of festival celebration. Allow me to introduce to you all two special guests of ours. Cleric Kal'tsit, do come.
Good evening, honorable guests. Allow me to give my most sincere respects to you all. What? Now? By your appearance, you're a lady. Oh, what a mighty shame.
I think it's not much of a shame at all, Cleric Kal'tsit. Good evening. Oh, Cleric Kal'tsit. I believe I remember the Count speaking of you. I hear you treated his wife, and so garnered his good favor.
With regards to the Count's...
I should not do that anymore.
With regards to the Count's wife, that was no light affair. Do tell us about where you're from. Laterano clerics who are in Sancta are so rare. Let alone one so charming as you.
Beautiful miss, where do you come from? And where will you go? Where would you go now, Cartoon Eye Joe?
Aren't I the one asking? Don't you interrupt.
The Count gives word that you're a pillar of talent. Do you have any inclination for philosophy or the arts? Any unique insights, perhaps?
You flatter me. It was only a chance I aided the Count's wife. I have the distinction of his recognition, that is all.
Oh, if you're familiar with the Count, surely you know Sir Thompson too, then.
Of course, Sir Thompson is a rarity of a scholar in Torren. I often hear the Count talk of him.
Then things couldn't align better. Servant, please fetch the wine I brought. I wish to have a proper causerie with the Count and the cleric.
Don't you dominate our soiree, you enigmatic, you egomaniac. Can't we all just chat about something fun? For example, that fashion walk at Londinium.
Fine by me. Everyone just let me rest my legs for a while here. I'll be soaking in the knowledge.
Now, aren't you a lazy one? Your estate would be doubled by now if not for that.
3 wineries still isn't enough.
You could always have 4 wineries, you lazy...
All right. You mentioned you had another guest. I don't know if...
Good evening, Misters and Mrs.
Heidi, what are you doing here? Little Heidi, you're very prettily dressed today. That bastard Thompson, I fear for all my life. It's children alone where I'll never compare to him.
Now, Heidi isn't even of drinking age. None of you hand her a wine glass, servant. If you could pour her a cream soda. Don't always treat me like a child, Uncle Vincent. But drinking laws are drinking laws. Your father specifically warned me. After all, you're at that age. All right. Strike the cream soda and replace it with ginger ale. I don't need you to coddle me like this.
Ha! Little Heidi's eager to grow up.
It's sad. No father wants to see his daughter grow up so quickly. I was like that at her age too. Only wanted to buy some jewelry and my father gave me a tongue lashing for it. Even if you won't let me drink, at least can I join the dinner party? Let's see. I'll sit right here. It would be my honor, Miss Heidi. Allow me to hold your hat for you. No need. I'll be fine with it on.
Good then, Heidi.
Don't forget that you come here tonight in secret. In a while, you be good and sleep for the night upstairs.
Mm. You dress very much like your mother, girl.
But right now...
Mm.
Kal'tsit, do you think I'm still a child too?
To you, I see no reason why it should matter. Let me pour your glass for you. Here's your ginger ale.
Thank you.
Is it to your liking?
It's actually quite a nice drink.
Oh my, there is no alcohol in ginger ale, is there? What's gotten your face red?
The girl's worry of strangers is nothing new. Come, friends. Seeing as we're all present, let us officially begin. You have a soiree with 3, 4, 5, 6 people? Counting you? I mean, I guess small gatherings tend to be better, but still.
You're most correct. The height of Lithanian's arts capture all hearts alike. But those Lithanians are far too pompous about themselves. What forced them to look down on us?
Lithanian, oh Lithanian. They've had too much misfortune. I haven't stopped hearing Witch King stories since I was a baby. Who knows if the Twin Empresses will have managed to sort out that king by the time I visit the place.
Who was knowledge? Who would visit knowing the terror of the Witch King?
Unlike the monarchs who ascended young, the Witch King became emperor at nearly 50 years of age and then governed Lithanian for many more.
Undoubtedly. The Witch King is the greatest caster in all our lands. He turned himself into a freak of nature.
He's just like those horrible stories depicted him. His horns all bent into strange shapes, emitting this strange energy.
Oh, I've never seen the Witch King shown in a newspaper before. Sorry, this one's just too fine. But I haven't seen photos of the Twin Empresses, come to think of it. One gleaming gold, one dark as night.
Lithanian is in flux. Presumably the Witch King rarely leaves his tower. From start to finish, he is gazed dispassionately at Lithanian, and even when he grants an audience, it's as he casts a grand shadow from atop his tower. Yet, the last time he touched the ground, he was morphed beyond recognition. His wretchedness, his 2 horns cut off by the Twin Empresses apiece, drew 2 sighs of lament. Drew true sighs of... yeah.
The whole Sorry about that. A full picture of that coup d'etat is still unclear to us, but to my knowledge, even our most heroically adored wonder would never match the Witch King's true strength.
This being when the Empress's voice arrived at Victoria, escorted by the knights. The Grand Dukes were all still willing to suspend their quarrels and treat each other with respect.
Pardon? It sounds as though you've been to Londinium before?
I arrived from there. It was a local sentence that enlightened me that led me on this path.
Aha! Kal'tsit, didn't I say? These are all wonderful friends of mine. See just how popular you are.
To this, I have a girl about the same age as you. She only knows how to splash my hard-earned money away all damn day. How nice it'd be if she could learn from you.
Getting to know you tonight has been a truly wonderful time. Can I ask if you're still single, dear Kal'tsit?
Kal'tsit. Oh, Heidi, don't cut in so randomly. You should be heading upstairs to turn in about now.
Allow her to speak, Count. In this day and age, children are always much more mature than we imagine.
Kal'tsit, can I ask if you've been to Ursus before?
Oh, that nation rife with rebellion and violence.
When I was studying abroad, I spent some time at Grifferberg. Are you interested in Ursus?
Yes. Papa once gave me a few books to read by an Ursus author.
Ursus only reproduces 2 kinds of arts: raucous sensationalism or true eternal greats.
If Thompson liked it, chances are it was the latter, wasn't it?
You lot really do trust him.
Papa really put him in high esteem. He even wanted to go to the deity Grifferberg himself to visit him, but business always meant he had to put it off, and this year with his old injuries flaring up again, he wasn't able to go.
Your father was injured?
That's right. He broke his knee and then put off surgery for too long, so it's not fully treated.
I warned him. I had no idea what happened last year. He came scrabbling back with wounds all over. I'd say he was run into a robber and dropped off a cliff. Wasn't interested in saying much else.
Do you want to go to Ursus, Miss Heidi?
No, that one too. The death of the last emperor and the rebellions had a profound effect on the country. Should you want to study there, you do well to wait a few years first.
I'm just talking about it. What impressions do you have of the country?
I'll tell you a story about a dragon girl. It is the story of how Ursus' 6th army were annihilated, without a trace, by a bottle of vodka.
Well, this rumor doesn't sound plausible at all, but at the same time, it does!
When any event is boiled down to its cause, its conclusion tends to sound unexpected. We're all so used to the process, aren't we?
Well, that does make sense.
It began with a ruffian from the army collecting rents in one of their garrison regions, and without realizing, he menaced a noble. That act fermented the whole way through. The 6th army then were always considered utterly corrupt, the old nobles power-rooted too deep, while the 5th army were unconditionally obedient to the young emperor and the brand new state council. We have no way to know for sure who fired the first shot, but as for the outcome, the 5th army ultimately seized the chance to revolt, and in between two cities' paths, started a direct firefight with the 6th army. The prologue to the Great Rebellion comes in many editions. I've definitely heard a few things of the 6th army's very deeds. They fought just like that?
If it were that simple, then it wouldn't have been dubbed the Great Rebellion. Being a border guard outfit, the 4th Army, with a domain of authority and influence decided not in the hinterlands, suddenly switched sides to support the State Council, and proactively declared no relationship to the traitors in the 6th Army. After the execution of a few prepared scapegoats, the old nobility had only the 6th and 8th armies left in hand. Come winter the following year, the nobility backing the 8th Army pulled that same trick, capitulating alike to the Emperor. And so, the bitter fate of the 6th Army, who had staked it all in one throw, we can well imagine. And the cause of all of this, very simple, one we all know, simply a drunken ruffian, taking the vodka bottle he had in hand to attack a young noble.
A marvelous story, Cleric Kal'tsit.
That's not the voice that I was doing for him. A marvelous story, Cleric Kal'tsit, and might I even confirm, this tale is little removed from reality at all.
Heidi, I would not tell you that this is how Ursus is. Every civilization in this world deserves you seeing it for yourself. They should be appreciated, and have to be reflected upon. In that Ursus you admire, what have you seen? Perhaps the farms and public houses, perhaps the grand heroes, perhaps the highs and lows of life in deity Grifferberg's upper house, but what I have seen is the Great Rebellion's aftermath, an age on the verge of collapse. Might Victoria have such an age of its own someday? I will not guarantee it either way, Miss Heidi.
How could it? Here, you little child. Are you afraid now because of Cleric Kal'tsit's Midgen story of Ursus? I've no intent to insult the Ursus people, but the Empire of Ursus is unarguably a savage, unreasonable nation.
But right now, isn't Londinium just as...
Don't even say it. Though it pains us all that it happened, did Victoria waver for even a moment? All right, Count. Seeing as the topics come around, I think it's high time you told us about that trip to Londinium, yes? That's what we're most interested in. What high nobility did you meet? I'd be honored to tell. Truth is, on the way, the Duke of Normandy personally invited me to shindig together at his flagship. What? And you managed to keep out from telling us all the way to today?
My, it was the Duke of Normandy himself. He always did detest the Athenians. Did he and the envoys of the Emperor's voice have a scuffle?
No, but his retainer's words, the good Duke never once made eye contact with those gorgeous envoys at the evening. That evening. Aha! Now that's the proper manner of a Duke. Ursa's theatrical Grand Dukes might number more in hundreds than tens, all right? Maybe not that many, but they are quite unchecked. And if I might add, somewhat incompetent too.
That's a form of arrogance, but I must say, everyone who's experienced the Londinium manner for themselves would echo this sentiment. I trust the Duke of Normandy need only rely on his own power to make those Athenian greed-blinded extremists know their place for a few dozen years, let alone the fact that we've certainly more than a single Duke. Check it out, Heidi.
No. I'm still thinking about what Kal'tsit said. Could I talk with her alone for a bit?
Oh, if I were to talk to Londinium without Kal'tsit, it would certainly be much duller.
You flatter me.
Now, no rush. I see the Baron of Rye is calling at me, so I'll need to chit-chat with him now. I assure you, I'll be back shortly to tell the full tale.
Does this all bore you, Miss Heidi? No, it doesn't. I'm alright. Fine, it's just, I thought we'd talk more about poetry or the wheat harvest, but it turns out not. Sick of foreign politics? It's what tonight's dinner party was meant for. I can see. You also consider it somewhat boring, don't you? You understand more than anyone, and you can't stand all those people in a giggling gaggle around Uncle Vincent, correct? You seem to have some misunderstanding about me. Heh, we only just met tonight, didn't we? You're right, Kal'tsit. You can call me just Kal'tsit. Then, Kal'tsit, could you walk with me? In a while longer, Uncle Vincent would have me sent off into the loft. I certainly don't want to go to bed this early. The snow seems to have gotten heavier. Would you mind that? I wouldn't. Allow me to accompany you. What a snowstorm! The biggest one in recent years. I like the snow, Kal'tsit, and I like my home too. I know. Whew, how cold. Everyone's all huddling inside by the fireplace. It's just us two now, Kal'tsit. Kal'tsit. It's so difficult to be alone with you. You're yet young, Heidi. Your father shouldn't have let you get involved so easily. But that's what I wanted, Kal'tsit. I wish to do something or other instead of hiding in the warm house, gazing out just as a child would. When winter truly comes, would a single oak of Victoria be spared from the blizzard? Then that being the case, we should prepare early. You resemble your father greatly. Is that a compliment? Let's say it is. Hey! Oh, nobody should find us here, so... Now I can hand these letters to you. What? Your father's intelligence operatives are never late. They're not the best messengers. Workers. They're the best messengers, workers, and aspirants in all of Victoria. Except this time. Has something happened?
The young Heidi makes not an innocent step more. She is right. Before evil arrives, the young must always be the soonest to prepare.
There are 2 letters, Dame Kal'tsit.
I've noticed that she's calling her a dame. And I've noticed that she's been called that before.
One from all of Victoria, and another from Castle.
僕お手製のミルフィーユ味
Okay. Blockade of the Singing Sands. The shifting of each grain of sand tells a story. As Kal'tsit predicted, the pursuing soldiers arrive on schedule, throwing themselves into the snare.
Alright, time to drink some more water.
I only have 4 chapters.
Well, there was that one training one.
But still. Blockade of the Singing Sands.
みんな
Oh,
く
hey,
れぐれも安全にね
we're just doing this right away.
各自配置につけ。
Forward
貫く。
Okay, you can survive a little bit without that.
Arts Unit
貫く。
怖くはないわ
Anti-armor infantry. Mercenary specializing in anti-armor combat. After fire a single use of something,
みんな
he does
私に
thing
続け。
that I didn't read.
チェーンソーのうなり声が聞こえる？ みんな私に続け。
わかりました
Sure.
Crime scene investigation
みんな私に続け。
Agent attacks reduce operators' ability to block enemies.
私が怖いですか
みんな私に続け。
ええ気を確かに
貫く。
Mission accomplished.
I want all these suspects taken away Oh
Wait,
fine
was that just a...
I'll do it myself
Oh, neat. That was just a mission. And I got heavy right now.
見たところ
Jason!
確かに優しそうな方ですが本当にアーミヤさんの言うように親しみやすい方なのでしょうかすみませんぼーっとしてしまいました
I interrupted her, and I apologize for that. Alright. What do you do?
Doctor,
I'm just
how's
curious.
about we go farming?
Heavy Rain. Protector. Blocks 3 units. Emergency Camouflage. Next attack gains Camouflage and 30 HP recovery per second to a nearby ally with less than 50% health, lasting for 4 seconds. Will not use on an ally unit that's already under the same effect. Can I store up to 1 charge? Okay. Striped camouflage. Heavy rain and all allies on high ground tiles within the 8 surrounding tiles gain 10% physical dodge. Group camouflage. Stops attacking. Defense plus 20%. Max HP plus 20. Self and allies in the surrounding 4 tiles gain camouflage. Prevents being targeted by normal enemy attacks if the unit is not blocking, but will still take splash damage. Interesting. That does sound useful. Alright. Pine lilies. No patch of soil pays any heed to the blooming of a few clusters of flowers. The land does not care, for the land encompasses all things. Sorry, I'm just checking something. Alright, 17 years ago, 2:44 p.m., clear. Central Ursus, Pine Valley Retreat, exterior. Oh, we're back to this.
Ah, old friend, are you feeling better now? No, you lie down. I'm just here to see you. I'll be leaving soon after. A prudent beast's work is never done, and the one who saddled me was myself, to boot. What? No, of course. To you, I'm still the same young lad, you know, not the Minister of Finance. What's the point in fiddling with ranks? We're all here giving our strength to Ursa's vast land, striving for the truly honorable future of our Majesty ambitions. We're all His Majesty's people. The few who've forgotten it, still living in the violent past, will sooner or later become orphans of archaic convention. Sorry, it seems government business has built up some steam in me. Don't worry, I can see how my colleagues and fellow strivers are strong in spirit, and I can see how the rot in the rotten eats away at themselves. We will be victorious. Those loudmouth nobles in the army and those woodworms will very soon be dust at His Majesty's feet, and we will sweep them out of his way. That's right. The State Council is changing. We will take everything, Ursus, everything of His Majesty's back from those unthinking, undoing aristocrats' hands. We'll tear the olden days to shreds, savage them, profane them. We must open a new way for Ursus, old friend. I will do it. We will all do it, even if it takes our whole lives. Ursus needs change.
Today? The original plan was next week, but today's the best chance. I just heard the head caretaker say the Minister of Finance's arrival clearly intended to rattle that spineless coward. Though the minister was unwilling to meet him, he was at least willing to move himself. He is frightened, and fear will make him show openings. His guards might not have been able to arrange for this sudden meeting in time, but he had no choice except show himself before us, as hastily as possible. With another Ursus VIP visiting, opting to assassinate the Grand Duke is an extremely risky idea, but this place has never been empty for major players, and I can count the number of times the Grand Duke left his area alone in one hand. We're still not certain, though. I'm still not certain enough, but I trust that you are. I've wanted to believe, even, that you could always do it. Tell me, do you still have any misgivings? I'll settle them for you, even if I... Lilia, my greatest misgiving is whether you live well, as I hope for you to. No matter how you regard what I said next,
I must still recognize, in Chernobog, Aldo's youngest, richly idealistic, most ardent scientists, all gave their lives. I am not willing to see them die, Lilia. I regard you in the same way, right now. I can't do that, Kal'tsit. After this is over, I'll make for Siracusa, then on to Victoria. If you come with me, and don't continue with your plans in Chernobog, then you don't have to die. I can't bear traitors stamping footprints on my husband's dry blood. Not for even 1 second. You're very selfish. I am. So don't you forget my most selfish request of all. Look after my daughter. And if she's willing, teach her medicine. You can surely live on, Kal'tsit.
Old friend. Winter this year is very cold, but I trust spring will be warm as it ever was. I still remember the day we first met was at the beginning of spring, attending that speech so brimming with passion. You didn't cheer, nor did you bellow. We noticed each other when our eyes met, and of course, others too. No one felt any pride in the successful invasion. Those cheering and revering the former emperor's glory, unable to even see the barren land they stood on, having allowed no one else to survive.
Is spring coming?
I do not know, old friend. Perhaps. Spring this year may come slightly early, but my catastrophe messenger tells me, following a fierce catastrophe up north, it may be cooler after some days. Perhaps we may even return to winter.
None of us like winter, do we?
I don't like it either, old mate. But you did warn me. Perhaps I should give up the bottle. I shouldn't be weathering winter with drink. All it does is numb. Drunkenness might get me frostbitten. But winter won't last long. Too long. Just the fallout of a calamity.
This is an eternal rest, the most secure method, completely effective, and not so fast acting it gives us nowhere to run. Have you fully prepared our retreat? From the first day we arrived, I've already finished preparing everything. Perhaps we won't have much time. I understand that, but if we just do it like we practice, we should have plenty of... No. We've taken this sanatorium as far too simple a place. Your plan doesn't need to change. Leave everything afterwards for me to handle. What did you find out? Monsters discovered traces of the enemy while hibernating. Have you heard of the Grand Duke having dealings with other powers of Ursus or not? No, he's been content here all this time. Monster, is that pet of yours? What did it see? Some Ursus folk legend? I cannot realistically tell you the facts. That would only shrink our chances of survival to the minimum. Ursus has many means. Fear becomes a lure. Investigating this will only serve to affect your judgment. Trust me. Alright, it's about time now. See the blonde feline carrying a bag. He's the Grand Duke's private doctor. I know.
What can a Grand Duke accomplish? Look at these fellows stuck in their old ways. Of course, the moment that half-blinded governor knelt in front of His Majesty, he ceased to be any more of a threat. He's very smart, choosing when it suited to save his own skin. Nothing like some people, putting up the stands for their own selfish gains, even squandering what little life power Ursus had left to deal with the aftermath of the rebellions. It grieves me so, though I'm not military leader. Whenever I see our motherland's production at a standstill, the economy in decline, I lament deep and deeper.
Did His Majesty pardon those opportunities? Opportunists? They'd put their own interest above His Majesty and Ursus with 1 inch of slack in 1 heartbeat.
Don't condemn His Majesty's benevolence. Compared to putting up with a few shrewd but provisionally loyal nobles, what we truly cannot bear is continuing our endless internal friction. We must think of ways to pull out the weeds and pests. We must sow the seeds. We must, when spring comes again, see the new buds. For this I've strived. Please pardon my language. I very rarely say such things, but I swear upon His Majesty, I do feel pride in my own present status. Oh, friend, be reassured. Those sacrificed cannot complete their undertaking. All those who survive will keep trying and trying. His Majesty will bring a new future to Ursus, even the most stubborn nobles, and those twisted deities, and those masters planted in the darkest corners of our motherland. They must all fear. They all must fear our Emperor. My duty is simply to ensure this. Halt! Did the head caretaker not tell you? Grand Duke Vanya has requisitioned this place, and no one is to come near.
I'm the doctor on shift today. I'm the Grand Duke's medical consultant. By all rights, this is my work permit.
You're new here?
Yes.
Grand Duke Vanya's doctor on duty is his private doctor. It is an unwritten rule. Lucky you pretty much get a vacation today. Seeing as it's your first time, I won't blame you. But wander around this corridor again, and your death will not be pretty. Now get out. Find somewhere to spend your vacation while you have it. It's me. Not much. The doctor on shift at the retreat. I'll get them out of here. What? The quack's vanished? But it'd be dangerous to... the Minister of Finance is here. I know. You two, halt.
Yes? We're listening to you. Can I ask if something's the matter?
Come with me. Listen, no matter what you find, it's because of the Grand Duke's same old problems. Don't make a fuss over nothing. Be dependable. Take care of him properly. Get out quickly after the sun's down, and don't disturb his peace. Treat him properly, and you'll be rewarded. Amply. Enough for poor people like you to live happily for a long time.
Thank you kindly. We're honored to have this chance. Kal'tsit, where's your thanks? Ah, right. Thank you kindly, good sir.
Country people. Don't mess this up.
We'll pay full attention.
Hold it. It's always been one person going in alone. We can't make an exception this time, or the Grand Duke will return his rage on us. Let the servant go in.
But, sir, I'm the doctor here.
We prepare the medicine the Grand Duke takes. You just stay here and wait. And if anything happens, go in then.
I don't understand.
I'm saying to wait here for 3 hours on standby. And then you cannot be in there for more than 10 minutes. If you take too long, no matter why, you will not leave alive. Search, and then let the servant go in first.
As you command. Grand Duke.
With his back to the light sits an old man. Lies an old man. He does not move, his breathing tranquil, gazing into the far distance.
Is it the doctor?
No, I am only a servant.
All right, come closer.
As you command.
Are you Ursus?
No.
Lower your head. Let me feel your face.
As you command.
Ah, Vulpo, or maybe feline. An adorable race.
Are your eyes unsighted?
Yes, a problem from last month. I'm due to die. Suppose it today, suppose it tomorrow. So you've come in vain, child. About that, they won't allow the doctor in. They're murdering me.
Won't you protest? You're a Grand Duke.
Exactly why. I am powerless to resist horses. I have since accepted that. How is the weather today? I can feel the sunshine, turning warm now.
Not a cloud in sight, Grand Duke.
Ah, not a cloud in sight. It's been so long since the last day like this.
Do you feel despair?
Despair? Ah, despair is but a passerby of the start. Our endless lives are always suffused with an emotion. It neither induces despair nor makes your life bottomless joy. We're all living in compromise. Some would call it apathy. Some would say, I'm simply reaping what I sowed. Yes, the weather is warming. The gust of wind just now failed to chill me to the bone. Who sent you, young lady?
You've already surmised.
And you are not astonished. Say, I thought some failure like myself would have been scapegoated in the limelight, forever looked down on by the young.
I have never looked down on a single person, let alone you, a Grand Duke of Horses.
Of course you wouldn't tell me honestly. That's to be expected. Let me take a guess. The Minister of Finance? No, no. He and my affairs are entirely unrelated. He does not possess this kind of finesse to interfere in other stations. If it were his idea, I would rather it his idea. Well then, was it some woodworm in the army? Ah, those old timid, cowardly bastards. Not them. Not them either. They have simpler ways. Let me guess, young one. Who sent you here? Are you still there, young one?
I am.
Was it His Majesty's idea? His Majesty wants an arrogant fool like me to pay the price for his own stupid actions. Oh, I knew that evening was not but a nightmare. Do you know how it feels to be blind in both eyes? From that dark view I had long been used to, I felt some more warped thing squirming, the otherly sensation of fear.
You mean the fear that cannot even be concealed by blindness?
That was the royal guard's will, young one. That evening, the Emperor's blade was only a step away from my throat. What? A paring knife? Let me do it. The journey will be very tight, but even if I don't have the time to peel an apple for my friend, I can't help but be disillusioned. How could I let the Minister of Finance do some odd chore like this? Are you mocking me? Perhaps a Minister of Finance should not hold a knife. You should focus on something else. Don't joke with me, old friend. I'm just peeling an apple. Don't tell me you're about to rave superstitious at me. Look, how fresh the fruits here at the retreat are. These'll be good for your health, too.
Waffy, thank you for the follow. I have no idea what you just said.
No, Witcher, my friend. Give the knife to me. Perhaps I'm due for some exercise, so as to not rust myself away. You're too feeble. You might cut your own hand open. Surely, you don't feel as stiff. A staff officer of the army of Ursus would lack the strength for even a paring knife.
That's gentleman voice over here. Ah, thank you. I do make an attempt.
No, don't think that. Ah, fine, old friend. Have the knife. But be very careful.
You just fucking stab yourself, didn't you?
What are you... Doctor, what are you doing? Why treat yourself like this? Cutting your own finger, doctor. Witcher, don't worry. this doesn't hurt like you imagine. My year-round pains have already accustomed me. Don't hurry off now. Listen to me first.
Average day nurses. Ah, I see.
Look, Witte, on my right hand. The racket of artillery gunfire shook off some fingers. Casimir's people lopped my right thumb off, and a Higashi assassin made off with half of my pointer. I've always felt my right hand was understood, Witte. Taken simply for a knife hand, it fell to such treatment. Now, I have cut off my left-hand pointer. Here, both my hands are no longer sound. Very fair. What is all this for? Tell me, Witte. From Ursa's wars, these glorious scars I once regarded as an honor all my life, do they truly give any glory to speak of? No, I don't need you to answer me. It's a trifling thing, but see, my flesh, wound, blood dripping. This was done by my own will. It awakens me from my grave affliction, allows me to converse with you again. Witte, you will return to deity Grifferberg, correct? You will sooner or later return back to that grand city. Take a piece of my form, my constitution with you. My body was scattered about in campaigns, subjected to ruin, but only this piece of flesh was separated by my own will. I have no children, but this pointer finger. Jeer at my foolishness. Go on. This pointer finger is the only flesh I have birthed. Take it to deity Grifferberg. Bury it in your garden, or in a flower pot by the street. Let me live in the earth of deity Grifferberg. Oh, let my flesh become one with Ursus. Take me to deity Grifferberg, to the heart of what all our generations have defended, to the heart of Ursus. Witte?
Oh, damn. I kind of respect that.
What's with all the people running around today? Ah, a flock of idiots. Don't know their rules. Stay here and don't move. I'm taking a look.
All right, sir. I don't know what Kal'tsit's doing in there. We don't have much time.
Hey, you! Back to room 116.
What? But my help is during...
Servant is enough either way. Here, no need for a doctor. This is the Minister of Finance's request. If you upset a minister, we'll never survive it. Now leave. You want to see the gallows?
Yes, sorry, I'm going. Now, right now. Kal'tsit, quick!
Young one, come, sit here. What's your name?
Kal'tsit.
That is neither a nom de guerre nor a nom de plume, correct? I can hear, from the manner in which you introduce yourself, I can hear. You love this name, don't you, Kal'tsit?
Hard to say. We don't have long, Grand Duke. In a short moment, your guards will come in charging here.
Oh, it seems I must make space for the assassin after my own life. My communicator should be right by my side.
Here it is.
Ha! What a prudent murderer. Just when did you pilfer it? Please, give it to me.
Why?
Oh, thank you for your trust, young one. You make such ease of it. No matter who sent you, I trust you will become one vastly capable. Sir, this is a servant of the retreat who hails from my homeland. I wish to chat with her further. Do not disturb us until I give the order. Trespassers are in violation of military order. Do you understand? Good.
Where is your homeland?
Right on the other side of Pine Valley. Are you so willing to trust me because you have all your means well prepared? Even if they came charging in, you could still escape unscathed, couldn't you?
I will not answer that.
Or you really aren't from the Royal Guard. You are neither twisted nor terrible. Yes, how could the Royal Guard leave their work to others?
Yes, Kal'tsit as a maid tends to elicit some responses in some of y'all. Like that one. Understandable. I am a bit more partial to Kal'tsit in a tuxedo from the other flashback.
They are Ursa's most selfless monitors. Only those capable of being weighed on the scales will the Royal Guard look at with value. All right, I've lost, young one. I cannot guess at all at your so mysterious past. Why have you come?
My duty lies here.
Kal'tsit, will I pass away painfully?
You won't. The drug will slowly erode your nervous system. You'll fall asleep as though entering a coma and never wake up.
To an old soul plagued by illness, this may even be considered a favor. I thank you. I've been meaning to ask, are you a doctor? A scientist? Do you have a shining pair of eyes? Do the odors of medicine cling to your fingers? Do. Hold on. Did you come from that affair in Chernobog? Kal'tsit, the director who died in the inferno that day. What was the name?
If you truly remember every sacrifice, then perhaps I'm unable to escape the all-seeing eye of Ursus.
Ah, it's you. You're the very Kal'tsit. How strange that you hid from the secret police. What's more, and stole into this place without even changing your name. How did you do it?
Hope this is allowed. Do you do some tentacle thing? Not really. I don't have a lot of toggles on this thing, and the few that I have I kind of forgot. Let me see if I can like... Nope. Nope. Oh, never mind. I think that was it. Nope, no tentacle things for now. That being said, I am working on a new model and I'm hoping to put some more stuff on that, but that's probably not gonna come until way later. But I appreciate you asking.
There are always ways, Grand Duke.
Some want me dead, some do not. I thought you a scientist, one that should not be so easily fooled. Ah, or could it be? Some had paved you off. Some have exploited your vengeful rage so as to have me killed.
Most chill tentacle master. Thank you. I do tend to be more chill rather than the opposite. I know sometimes that's not as entertaining, but that's just me.
I believe I have no comment, Your Grace. It is time. I will inject the drug.
Ah, right. I am also familiar with those.
Ah, you have signed my death warrant. Very good. This may be leagues simpler than such torture.
It is done, Your Grace.
How much time do I have left?
15 minutes, Your Grace.
Tell me, young one, is the scenery before me very beautiful?
Bitch, you sat down next to him. Okay.
All the land is budding, and the sunshine will feed it, filling it with hope.
But is it beautiful?
It is a magnificent scene, but this magnificence is trivially ordinary to Ursus.
Ha! Young ones always are good with words. How many of our people could ever see this view? That's right. Flowers. My flowers. I scattered the seeds. Have they sprouted? Have they begun to bud? These eyes of mine, so ruined, could not even persevere long enough to see them bloom.
So far, at least, you're out of luck. It seems the Empire's winter was detrimental to the growth of these ornamental plants.
Ah, they cannot bloom here.
In this boundless winter, what did you plant?
When I was young, I took part in a war against Casimirs. Have you fought a war before, Kal'tsit? War is wild and chaotic. 10 or so minutes past the first sound of gunfire, formation, and battlefield had lost all meaning. A few knights wounded my leg and bludgeoned my head. I tossed my helmet aside. As for my life, I crawled until I reached a flower field. In there, I blacked out. I was later saved by reinforcements. In my giddy days, I remember what those flowers were like.
Yep, no, that's the vibes that I'm picking up from Ursus as well. Yes.
Pine lilies.
Yes.
Oh, that's still the Duke.
Yes. After the war, I asked someone to bring back some seeds from the frontier. I hated their Casimir scientific name, and so called them by a completely new one, because I am racist. I like those flowers. My city regarded them as a symbol of the city itself. Ursus's soil is more suited to raising them than Casimir's. My wife cared for them so well. But they never broke through the soil. Spring didn't come soon enough, Your Grace.
Oh, spring didn't come soon enough, Your Grace.
Ah, the earth of my beloved Ursus. Now it can nurture hopes of all kind.
It is irrigated, too, by the bodies of the poor and the infected.
I don't deny it has likely committed all manner of atrocity, yet even so, the earth forgives all. Ah, I feel tired.
That doesn't seem a very convincing excuse.
Excuse? No, young one. I never thought I'd earn any pardon, and I never wanted for one. Only in life's final moments do I think I was able to realize the meaning. It was all pine lilies. I want to see her again. Leave now, young one. I feel how warm the sunlight, as if I can once again see.
Perhaps you never had the means to pardon yourself in your final moments. May yet Ursus forget you, Grand Duke.
Ursus is my motherland.
I mean, that was literally just a landscape of Ursus without snow, or at least without too much snow.
Sir, the Grand Duke has fallen asleep.
You don't need to tell me. I've had orders. I can only enter after half an hour. Huh. Same home as the Grand Duke. I've heard why you young women are all squeezing to work in this retreat. It's just to seek patronage from important nobles, isn't it? Are you satisfied now? What are you stirring up for? Don't tell me you want me to shine your shoes.
No, how could I dare? I am very sorry, sir. Don't be angry. I'll be going right now.
Gah, low life.
No comments.
Paring knives will very easily rust and lead to infection, but please cause attention to his condition, rest assured.
Good, thank you. It seems the blood rushing to my friend's head has cost me a considerable amount of time. After he leaves the infirmary, please tell him he has set alight the blaze in our hearts. Please have him trust trust his friend Islam Winter. But for now, I must be on my way with my messenger.
Safe travels.
Kal'tsit!
We leave immediately. The Minister of Finance will have those bureaucrat subordinates jumping at shadows. That's our best cover.
Is he dead?
The time to effect was shorter than I thought. He couldn't hold himself together much longer in the first place. There are countless people who want to exploit his death. Maybe them fighting on all fronts will create an opening for us. Let's go.
Kal'tsit!
Thank you. For me. For us. You've put an end to it all. With your own hands. It isn't over yet. No matter what form it takes, perhaps sooner or later, we'll confront this empire once again.
You know, eventually.
Okay. Do I have
Time to keep going. I feel I can keep going for a little bit, maybe one more. And after that, I'm probably going to be exhausted. So first, gonna drink some water. Okay. WD5. Reef Steps Land. The land encircled by reefs. A place where reefs are embraced. Looking up, Elliot sees no reefs. Are the people here hallucinating? Mobile tactical hangar. Oh, good.
Alright. Let's roll.
Modern day. 3:32 p.m. Clear.
Fight one of the bosses that gives me nightmares when I was new. Oh. I've fought plenty of bosses that give me nightmares so far, but I'm pretty sure it's only gonna get worse.
Central Sargon, Ibid region, nameless town.
You want to come with? You should know that you are just another suspicious character to us.
Have you inspected your teammates yet? Have you, Rain?
Everything's normal here. But I don't trust you.
Yes, very well said. Of course, I am not to be trusted.
This event boss is one of the coolest boss.
Ah. What exactly is your objective?
My objective is to find out what my objective actually is.
What the fuck?
Did you know that the last Lord Amir of Ibid died in a fire?
That was a few years ago. The current Lord Amir is his son. The whole thing caused quite a ruckus in Ibid. I had to find myself a new fairy godmother right away thanks to that fire. Took me months to get used to work there. Huge pain in the butt.
Ah, I see. Right, exactly. He was my very last prey. I did all the preparations and laid out my trap, but there is no more prey to hunt. I have nothing to do except to lounge around.
What the f-
You killed the Lord Amir?
The Sargon army will find you! Wait, hold on. What do you even want telling us about all this?
Ah, I shouldn't have expected any less from one who frequents the black markets. That's right. There's no one who knows I have to do with his death aside from you and me. As for the Sargon army, we live in different times now. The ruling fuck, I always forget how to pronounce that. Padishas simply care not about what is happening here on this barren wasteland. My guess is that it matters not to them whether it's the father or the son that's in charge. Actually, to tell the truth, it hardly matters to me either. I sought his death, and nothing else. It was a rather simple request.
What are you after anyway?
Revenge. I'm afraid it's a rather boring answer, so I don't like to share it. If I have to venture a guess, more than half of the men in this world would like to take revenge against something. Be it their enemies, a city, even the world itself. For the past 20 years, this is all I've been doing. My power, my status, my riches, all of them come second. And should the need arise, I will cast them all aside. Perhaps I could give them to this Rhodes Island. That's quite the bargain, wouldn't you agree? Huh? Looks like you're still not convinced, young lady. You're quite cautious. I suppose you were a soldier. From Sargon, perhaps.
None of your business.
What about you, young Bridge? Should I call you by the name you go by now? Caesar?
Caesar, we can trust him.
You're hiding something pretty important, aren't you now? Oh, yes. Right now. How forgetful of me. You claim to be a medical corporation that treats infected. Very well. It's a fairly tall tale, but I will accept it for the moment. I am an infected. My fortunes are no less impressive than the Lord Amir's riches, and I am well connected and hold some sway, enough for me to bring a Lord Amir to his downfall. I would trade all of it for a chance to be cured. What do you say?
You're mad.
I find myself thinking the same quite often. But there is not a single person who walks these lands and wishes not to live. Is it not reasonable for me to want to cast all this aside, just for a chance to be cured? Nah, I don't think that's what Heavy Rain's trying to say. You don't even seem to care that you're infected. What is it that you want at Rhodes Island? Very well. There isn't much time left, so let us stop beating around the bush. Can't get used to this name of him, so I use the code name. I'm looking for Kal'tsit. Perhaps she will impart on me some invaluable advice. Perhaps she will show me a new way forward. Yet, it's even more likely that she won't lift a finger, merely passing the decision back to me. That too is fine. Once I eliminate every last person involved in that incident years ago, there will be nothing more tying me to this place. I am beyond anxious to leave this forsaken land behind. I need a fresh start. And who could blame me for seizing the opportunity if the shadows of the past so happen to be standing right there?
What's your relationship with Dr. Kal'tsit?
That's a long story. I owe her my life. I am very thankful to her. This I say from the bottom of my heart.
The decision isn't ours to make.
3 years ago, Lord Amir of Ibad perished in a fire during his travels. The fire consumed an entire town, and soon after his son set off a rebellion, vying for the throne against his many other contenders. That's your doing, huh? Precisely, just as I said. Why? Oh, trivial matters of a bygone era. The family had a tragic, rocky relationship to start. I only played a very minor role. Why do you want to know? I'm looking for clues. Thanks to you, I gotta call it quits with my investigation in the Ibad region. Clues. Perhaps this is an opportunity for me to earn your trust. Tell me what is it that you are looking for. Perhaps I will be of assistance. I'm looking for someone. The director of a Colombian military experiment. You're investigating a Colombian company. May I ask why? Because the person I respected the most died in the most laughable accident ever. This event, CMEX 8, used to be one of the hardest stage. Oh, good. And what if it was actually an accident? Well, even if it's just an accident, I gotta know the truth. I mean, this couldn't have been the reason those guys rose through the ranks on top of my brother's death.
Caesar,
I know, it's my own personal issue, but this chance doesn't come often. Don't you agree, Sand Soldier? Pardon me. Where was I? Everyone needs a revenge of some kind. Targets can be big or small. Grudges can run deep or shallow. Revenge is an eternal motif to every living person out there. If you permit me to undergo treatment at Rhodes Island, I can investigate this matter for you. Of course, the deals we talked about still stand. Even if you have 10 minutes, the cargo is sitting outside. Even if you have 10 times the cargo sitting outside, I have a way to take care of it all. There will be no trace left of it, and you will find the price very attractive. It's a bargain for a pharmaceutical company.
Sessa, sorry, but we can't let your personal problems be somebody else's bargaining chip.
Of course I know that, but I... Right, almost forgot. Seems I've been rather forgetful of late. Never thought much of old Isin's prophecy to begin with. However, thinking back, perhaps the prophecy was itself a means of negotiation and communication. Prophecy. Mere mortals will never find themselves on equal footing with time itself. Original arts may have many convenient uses, but that is the one thing you can never achieve with art. A prophecy? Alas, old Isin passed away long ago. I only hope that she remembers this promise. Does she perhaps give you a gold coin? An old Sargon gold coin.
Exclamation point.
Heavy rain. Sessa, we got a situation here.
Calm down. What's up?
There are some sketchy-looking teams approaching the town.
Let me remind you that they are not friendly.
Ugh, they're closing in quick. We can still get out of here without a fight if we make it a run for it. Take our time and we won't be so lucky. 15 minutes. That's all we have, Captain. Lieutenant, hurry!
Your buddies? Of course not. I'm a lone wolf with no one to turn to. Unlike machines, humans cannot be trusted. That being said, they're most likely here for me.
Damn it! This is part of your plan, isn't it?
You can help me escape, or we can fend off these unyielding assassins together. What do you say?
What do we do?
The ball's in your court.
Son of a... Last question then. Why did you burn down that town? If you were after the Lord Amir, you had no reason to drag all of those other people into that mess. You even gave the townspeople the time to evacuate. Did you just want to ruin the town? Redhorn was miles away from your turf. What were you after exactly?
Is my objective really so important?
I'm making sure you're not a warmonger or downward nuts.
Downright. You have a point, but I'm afraid you won't understand. All I burned down was my past.
The fuck? Is that your revenge?
No. It was a long overdue cremation, nothing more.
Ah, that's where the teacher died.
Reef steps land.
総員、出発前に装備品のチェックを。各自、配置に
What
つ
she
け。
said.
You criminals! Behave and turn yourselves in! Forward!
There it is.
貫く。
Nah,
悪
bro,
くない
this
位置取りだね。
ターゲット、ロックオン。
貫く。
初期化、完了しました。
Well, you could reach.
この辺、温度が低すぎるか
I
ね。
should probably put on some range units.
貫く。
I'll need to see proof of identity. 了解しました。
貫く。
Orders, please. Benevolence shall save lives.
貫く
オートキャリブレーション中よ。プログラムロード完了しました。私が怖いですか。家まで送ろうか。
Oh, okay then.
貫く
Well, shit.
ん？ここね。私が怖いですか。
貫く
Alright. You have a bit for the next limited. Oh. Oh. Honestly, I haven't really been going too hard on the gacha. I just, when I occasionally see a unit that I like, that's when I go hard, but
Orders, please. Bravery shall
Not
overcome evil.
really all the time. I think I blew my last
貫く
random. Next limited after Yappy. Lappy is you. Oh.
君にできるかな
Arts unit 起動しま
I'm
す。
gonna be 100% honest with you. You're saying a lot of words, and not of all of them I understand.
Mission accomplished.
Basically, no, I don't really have. I don't really go that ham on the gacha. I feel like I have a decent amount of units, and I'm just slowly improving the ones that I like. And occasionally, if I see one that I like, then I'm going. Ah. I'll eventually get them, probably, but they're not really my priority. I'm mostly just playing for the story. 22 years ago. 3:09 p.m. Clear. Central Sargon, Ibid region, desert outskirts. Are we there yet? How far away is it? Yeah. I'm not a big, like, gacha whaler guy. I'm mostly just playing for the story. If you're tired, we can stop here. Drop the tough act. It has been 7 hours and 14 minutes since our transport was wrecked in the ambush. Considering your physique and age, you held up pretty well. No need. Arknights' story is good. The PNG storytelling make me go sleepy. Ah, I understand. It doesn't really make me go sleepy, but I do sometimes feel like it's a lot. Like, way too much. But yeah, so far I've been entertained when I can figure out what actually is happening. Let's keep going. We need to get out of here as soon as we can. Where are we? The nearest town to where we're heading. More accurately, it's a settlement formed of several towns that had been drifting in the desert with their hauling equipment. At the same time, this place covers a large swath of Sargon's no man's land. More than anywhere else, this is the way out for illegal immigrants, bounty hunters, and messengers. Why aren't we going to Minos? I'm still not sure I can trust you any more than those mercenaries. What makes you different? The difference is that you're alive. You already have our next steps figured out, don't you? What are we doing now? We'll look for someone trustworthy to take us out of Ibit. Not legally, of course. Where are we going after that? Lithuanian? Bolivar? Before I give you an answer, you must understand that, whatever your choice, it doesn't change the fact that you are running away from your problems. You have no way to survive,
nowhere to go, and nowhere to run. Are you prepared to accept the fact that your old life has already shattered to pieces? Do you understand it? Are you sure you're not just in a daze from this sudden turn of events?
Stop acting so high and mighty.
If anger gives you a clearer head, I will be going further north, far away enough for you to leave everything in Columbia and Sargon behind. I have to say, you've done very well.
Are you mocking me?
Much of what I do is rife with immaturity.
Much of what you do is rife with immaturity. I was about to say, did I read that right?
And you let your emotions get the better of you. If you were a little older, I would indeed make a mockery of you. Let's go. We need to find someone to introduce us to the black market here.
All people talking is just something else. People talking in this bitch is something else sometimes. Where do we find someone like that?
I don't know yet.
Huh. There's stuff you don't know?
I won't deny it, but we'll find them very soon. If you understand what the land of Restep means and stands for, you won't have any trouble finding their survivors in the crowds and markets here. They will always have their fellow countrymen. All we have to do is make them believe that's who we are.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that's a spoiler, and I would have appreciated not knowing that. I consider this a first warning, but yeah, please let's try to keep that short. Or avoid those kind of issues. What's that you're holding? Sargon coins? What can you even do with a few coins? Still, that's a pretty big fucking margin.
You'll know soon enough.
Huh? Get lost, Colombian. Ah! Monster! Where that came from? Ah! Damn it! Why? I can't hurt it.
What's going on?
Ah! A monster! A monster's here to kill us. Been a long time since I read the lore. Okay. I would appreciate not to discuss such lore while I'm still relatively early on.
That's a huge crowd. Hey, what's going on? Who's this guy? A bounty hunter from...
Fuck.
Voiver.
Vover. Fuck.
Looks like they're expanding their search area. Quick, follow me.
Wait. We came all the way out here, but anyone walking down the street could still be a hitman. What's the point of coming?
That's exactly why you need to pick up the pace.
What I'm saying is you haven't solved anything, Advisor Kal'tsit. These outfits make us stand out, don't they?
It's just a can of vegetables. Why is it so expensive? Our rugs are famous far and wide. Something's wrong with our quality? Impossible. Genuine top-grade earthenware jugs, once used by the Lord of Mir. 60, down from 60,000. Whatever, sold.
I would appreciate it that you didn't. I thought that was just a machine, but apparently it has a gender now.
There's a lot of people here. Is this where the market is? Why'd you stop?
Ooh, a fortune teller.
Big superstitious this time?
Ah, how rare. It has been a long time since an outsider paid old Isin a visit. Do you wish to take a peek at what destiny has laid out before you? Or perhaps you are searching for a particular piece of gravel in this sandstorm.
Alright then.
Am I correct to assume you are responsible for the ruckus earlier? Old Isin can tell, dear traveler. You are in a hurry, and trouble follows in your footsteps. Old Isin simply hopes that this won't lead to any more trouble for Sargon. You are not from Sargon, no, but you carry a great burden.
What is he mumbling to himself about? Let's not waste any more time on him. Kal'tsit, they'll catch up.
You fraud! What are you selling here? Scram! You're mucking up our turf. Enough with your tricks. No one's here going to fall for that. All right, of course. Don't be so violent now. Old Isin will leave. Old Isin is leaving. Is your master doing well? Has she taken old Isin's advice and pulled out of that deal yet? It will mean nothing but trouble for her. My master? The chief will never listen to your jabbering types in the first place. If any lunatic in town could just waltz in and tell us how to do business, might as well set up a suggestion box.
Yep, creepy ass old man. Enough chit chat. Get out of here.
Ah,
Are you okay?
it hurts. Please. Don't worry. Old Isin's gotten used to it long ago. Old Isin cannot save them. Old Isin cannot get them to come around. Old Isin can do nothing but watch as they draw ever closer to their destruction day after day. Please accept Old Isin's apologies, but as you can see, Old Isin is being thrown out of this place. If there is anywhere willing to take the poor Old Isin, that is where Old Isin will go.
Please stop talking to you in third person.
Wait,
Old Isin mustn't. Old Isin mustn't.
Stay out of this. If he doesn't leave, it's gonna be on our heads. Just let him go.
She's right. Her master calls the shots here. She mustn't be trifled with. Let Old Isin leave, kind traveler. Let Old Isin return to his ice-cold home.
Why are we wasting our time here on this old conman again?
at least you can tell he is old.
What the fuck do you mean? He looks like an old man.
But you can't imagine how old he is.
Pretty fast for an old man. Yep, that is true.
The sun has set long ago, traveler. You are in a hurry, and there are dangers abound. Why waste your time here with Old Isin?
As time goes by, even the greatest Padishah will one day be lost to the sands. His achievements will at one point crumble, and his subjects will scatter across the lands.
From the way you are dressed, you don't seem to be Sargonian. Is this perhaps the beginning to a narrative poem? Old Isin is far too old. Old Isin has long forgotten the appeal of poetry.
But his servants remain ever dedicated to their duties. They guard the unpopulated desert until a new civilization is ready to stand atop its sands. Until the time a new Padishah arrives with the will of Sargon to rebuild these lands.
Ah, similar stories happen in all countries in the world, time and again. Catastrophes, disasters, war. There are a great many ways a city can meet its end, and to find itself conquered by a new spirited ruler, thereby repeating their cycle once again.
What the fuck are they talking about? Is this how Sargonian sounds? 150 years ago, before these golden sands were named Ibut, there stood a magnificent city here. Do you remember anything of it?
Of course, Old Isin remembers. The city that disappeared in those great winds.
The Padishah at the time gave these lands brimming with sand a name that might seem unfitting for a place in Sargon.
Reef Steppe.
The only thing that remains of it, if it's its name, passed down from one generation to the next, with none of them ever laying their eyes on its lush oases. Are you its gatekeeper, then?
Is there anything Old Isin can do for you?
We want to escape Sargon, leaving no tracks.
Ah, Old Isin understands. Whose attention are you trying to avoid?
Not even Padishah can know of our whereabouts.
Who are you?
Please call me Kal'tsit.
Kal'tsit, Lady Kal'tsit. As old Isin gazed upon the sunrise this morning, old Isin slipped back into my dreams in a trance. In old Isin's dreams, old Isin was told there would be a visitor who would revel in the secrets of antiquity with us. You came early. The price is a single gold coin, my fair lady.
You deserve it. Just that much?
No, no, not yet. Please hold on to it, my lady.
Seaborn, with a little bit of lore. I still don't really know a lot about the Seaborn, only what I learned from the Heart of Surging Flame, which wasn't a lot. Just apparently that the ocean is creepy, and there's people who escape from it, and that there's people who still like fight them or something. But sure, a random factoid, not too spoilery if possible.
This is a price that you will pay 22 years later. Remember this promise well, for it is worth far more than this gold coin.
You have lived in Sargon in its current form for the past 100 years, I suppose. Not a single moment has gone by where you didn't look back and reminisce your homeland.
You are correct, my lady, but today is different. Oh,
Oh, that actually makes sense on some of the dialogue that I remember. When people say that they're going to fight the whole ocean, and I'm like, all of it? But yeah, no, that makes sense.
you opened the door for us.
Stranger Sargonian.
僕お手製のミルフィーユ味はどうだい
Okay. I think I'm gonna leave it there for today. I am not that tired yet, but I am playing Limbus tomorrow. And I don't want to be too tired for that. So, yep, I guess I'm just gonna leave it there for right now. You can't kill them all when one of their firstborn became one with the sea. I don't think I understand that, but I should probably stop looking into that to avoid potential spoilers. In any case, like I said, thank you. Have a good rest as well. And thank you to everyone who stopped by. I really hope you had a good one. And I will see you on another time. Like I said, I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow, Limbus Company. Probably earliest. Or well, earlier than usual. Not around this time at least. Maybe around noonish. Yeah, because I probably still have to do some stuff in the morning. So yeah, tomorrow around 12 p.m. Limbus Company. And then the stream on Saturday, and we'll just keep going for that. Either way, that's gonna be all for me for tonight. Thank you to everyone who stopped by, and have a good one.